whenever you need my love, need my love. Whenever you need my love, need my love. I'll never let you down. All my life I will be there for you. I'll always be around when you need someone to carry you. If you're looking for someone to hold, I'll be there to hold you close. I'll never let you down. All my life I will be there for you. For you, I walk miles to get to you, babe. I don't know why I can't see you there. I've tried to get there, but every day I fall off. And now it's break my heart, babe. I'm trying to get there, and I can stand the sorrow. I love you, but you do know. 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 I walk miles to get to you, babe. I don't know why I can't see you there. I've tried to get there, but every day I fall off. And now it's break my heart, babe. I'm trying to get there, and I can stand the sorrow. I love you, but you do know. 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 I've tried to get there, but every day I fall off. And now it's break my heart, babe. I'm trying to get there, and I can stand the sorrow. I love you, but you do know. 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 I don't mind being right, even when we got in wrong. I kinda like making it up as we go. And ever since the second grade when you first caught my eye, I knew you were different in all the ways I like. I won't hide that I'm right, even when we got it wrong. But why you keep playing without the same man? This other little light, the common ground is shaking in your eye. If you could believe me, let's jump in the deep end. We'll jump in the deep end, yeah. I said, hey, we don't need to leave all of the differences aside. You and I, we were right. I said, maybe we don't need to leave all of our differences aside, 'cause that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. We don't agree, and that's every time that you think it's gone too far. We come a long way, and I know that it's only just be.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Playfly Esports. It is now week 6, not officially, kind of officially, maybe a little bit. RIT is going on right now to finish up their week 5 RIT versus RIT match, or they should be going at least. But week 6 coming a bit early as Toronto versus UBC gonna push their match up to tonight. And it's a pretty exciting one we've got going. You know, it is the Canadian head-to-head matchup, and a lot of storylines coming through as Toronto UBC guys play a lot of matches together, play a lot of matches against each other. I know their in-houses are still alive and well and definitely get a lot of cross-participation. It is going to be an exciting one, as well as Toronto is actually looking to clinch a first-round bye in the playoffs. With a win tonight, they'll be undefeated through 6 weeks, so they would move to 6-0, and that would secure them a top 2 position here in the regular season stage. But to get there, they'll have to get through UBC, who have been a difficult opponent for them in the past. Joined tonight by Tool, back for night number 2 of the cast, back-to-back for U of T. Thanks for joining on. Yeah, it feels like we just did this one, right? Toronto just gearing up for another match, and despite UBC's record, I think they're what, 2-3, 3-2. Don't have it pulled up. I should. There's extra incentive in this one too. I mean, the UBC U of T, there's so much, like, everyone's been talking shit like all leading up to this, I'm certain. And yeah, there's all the extra incentive to, like, no matter what about the regular season, no matter what, like, you want to win this matchup if you are both of these teams, and you can be, you know, Canada's top dog coming out of this one. Yeah, there we go. Just hopping into the lobby now. So I do have the update. It is officially 2-2 for UBC, as their Week 5 matchup against Georgia Tech is pushed all the way out to November 7th. So after the little break that we have for Thanksgiving here in the States. So no wonder I didn't know what their, you know, 5th game was, whether it was a win or loss, because it hasn't happened yet. UBC right now still fighting for the, you know, I guess to stay alive, though right now it's looking like they're pretty solidly in playoff position. 6 out of the 8 teams will qualify right now, so it would be kind of an uphill battle for them to, you know, be eliminated at this point. They'd have to all but lose out. But, you know, I still think this matchup is a pretty important one to try and build some momentum going into the postseason, because they had a rough start to it. If I remember, I think UBC lost their Week 1 matchup to Michigan. Oh no, they won their Week 1 matchup against Michigan 2-1, and then lost a couple back-to-back after that. And just had a pretty difficult go of it early on. Yep, they're gonna get the coin flip going. I've never watched a coin flip in these games. I always mean to, because it is interesting in the, you know, the Playfly games to see what teams are picking, whether it is, you know, first pick, second pick, because we see a lot of, like, the same matchup twice in a row. Like, we'll see a lot of teams get second pick Dire twice. Which is funny to me. Like, the fact that teams are just comfortable taking the same thing game in, game out. Yeah, it looks like because I was watching this one, no one can actually choose. So we've officially broken the lobby. The fact that I was watching, I'm 100% certain there's, like, it's the concept of a caster curse has happened to the lobby because I decided to focus on it instead. This is amazing. I hope that's not a sign of, like, things to come with how the game's gonna go, because yeah, lobby is has been destroyed. It should indeed be.
back to when you were in the sweater that you got from me. Oh,
I did both things that I didn't mean to do. I did two things and I did both of them wrong setting up the stream. So A, people couldn't hear you for the first whatever the fuck we were talking, which is fine because I was monologuing for most of the time. But B, I have on my numpad, if I use the numpad on the keyboard, it changes the scenes. And of course, the password has numbers in it. I used the numpad to type the numbers in the password, and it threw my OBS all around.
That is funny.
You know,
yeah, this wasn't a problem yesterday, right?
No, not at all.
5 seconds remaining.
It's
Is
okay.
it all good now?
It's all fine now. Yeah, people can hear you. Everything is good.
Good shit.
No, the backstory there is whenever I'm doing solo cast stuff, I don't have the game actually, or I don't have the stream pick up my desktop audio until we're in game. So that way I can be like doing the lobby while have the game not on screen, and you don't like hear Dota in the background.
Oh, I know it's.
But that means if people are like on the call, if you're on Discord, obviously like you're not getting picked up unless I turn it back on.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's fine. Everyone who's watching the VOD should, at this point, be like skipping past all of the me part and just skipping to the game.
Yeah, maybe people just like listening to you.
Radiant team back.
You know, I part of me hopes so, and a lot of me hopes absolutely not.
Radiant team
I hate. I will not watch back any of those sections of me, like ever.
10 seconds.
That's actually a good question to bring up though, because now we have the draft going.
5
Are you
seconds
a
remaining.
draft watcher if you pull up like a YouTube VOD or something of one of the tournaments, or will you just like skip to the game or like halfway through the draft?
Nah, I'm not really a draft watcher. Like I wouldn't mind like highlights where they just show the picks, you know? But I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. It's too much work.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm.
I like looking at the draft after, like at the end, and then like, okay, I see what they're planning here, you know, but I'm not a
Yeah.
big draft guy. Yeah.
I'm very much the same for the most part, and yet it still offends me when the VOD, like when they highlight it on YouTube and they post the VOD starting at like the last pick,
10 seconds.
or like
Exactly, yeah.
they'll show the last pick for both teams, and I'm like, yeah, but what if I wanted to watch the draft?
Exactly, yeah. That should
Like,
be
I
an
know
option.
people are gonna
Should-
fast forward through 10 minutes because it takes a
Yeah.
long time to draft.
Mhm.
But also, what if I wanted to see it?
And the important thing is like in pro games they actually talk about not every single like casting duo does that, but there are some that actually discuss and like talk about like drafting, right? And for somebody who wants to learn, it is useful. But they would have to
Oh.
go find the actual VOD and like watch the whole thing, you know, if they
Even
want.
even
they
at
want to learn.
tournaments,
Yeah.
even at tournaments, it is criminally under talked about what goes into drafting. Like
Mhm.
a lot of the discussion that you hear, especially on like the tournaments with panels, so you like not talking about online qualifiers or group stage, but when you get
Yeah,
to like
actual events.
main
yeah.
stage panel or some of these online tournaments where they're running one match at a time,
Exactly.
you'll hear a lot of like, oh, this hero would be good here, or they should ban these heroes because they're good in this situation. But so much of the nuance of like the early draft, and I'm not talking like first
Yeah.
bans, but like how you're establishing your draft to like flow, and how you leave yourself open to some things and like need to go down other routes, is just
Mhm.
criminally under talked about. So learning drafting as someone who's not a captain or not like established in very high level games is so difficult. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. But if you want to be a captain, you should be watching these. You know, you should be trying to learn all these different matchups, like Like, and when you watch the pros play Dota, it's the same thing. Like, you should also watch them talk about drafting. You know, it's the same concept. And
Yeah.
you can win a game.
Dire team battle.
Like, I would say 85%, you can just win a game just off the draft. That happens pretty often. You know, if the draft is easy to execute and you just like play it right, you don't even have to play it well, but you just play it right and you just like stomp them. You know, so at the end, it is a strategy game, right? It's not just about your mechanical skill. So.
Yeah, and it's you think like high level too. A lot of times draft advantage is like, oh, we don't really have that now. We're pretty well balanced, whatever. But if you get a good drafter against a bad drafter, like draft advantage very much exists. It's just one of
Yeah.
those skills that can be like balanced out between teams. But
Exactly,
it's a great
yeah.
point. Like it very much exists as like you can outdraft a team 100% of the time if you're just better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all right,
Like, I
into
don't know
this
how-
one.
Yeah, I don't know how like drafters are in this tournament, but like if you have somebody who is good, he will definitely have the edge over like everybody else for sure. So
Yeah, I think the main takeaways I've had drafting this event is, you know, in the last couple of seasons, the top teams have settled a lot more into kind of meta chasing. So we've been playing Playfly on a lot more defined patches recently.
Yep.
And that means that captains are kind of settling back into this pick what's good because it's just better.
that's right.
Historically, you know, beyond that, and especially when we had more and more teams in the league and you get a higher skill difference, it was very much pick comfort heroes and fall back on that as your strategy. And we saw a lot of out there drafts, a lot of draft advantage and draft wins. But that's kind of settled down in recent times. Anyway, the first pick,
UFT's
Luna from U of T, we saw this... we actually didn't see this game 2, right? They banned it out game 2 last night.
Yep.
UCSD did it to
UFT's
him game
yeah,
1. Yeah.
UFT's flag always makes me laugh. You know, it's just
I was happy to see actually that they're playing under the correct team banner.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, UFT Boundless. Yeah.
It is very much surprised me this season that teams have, for the most part, stuck to the right team names, which is not all that important, except for the fact that if you search up the event, like if you search up the Playfly College Esports Dota 2 Open Plus Fall 2024 on Dota Buff, you can like see the stats for a particular team. So if you play all your matches under one team, you can see like the win-loss, the heroes pick, the win rates, all that.
Yes, statistics are better, basically.
Oh yeah, no, it's I go and peruse, you know, every once in a while and just find some of the fun stats.
Yep.
It's what I should have done with the extra 15 minutes tonight from getting pushed back to 8:45, and I did not take advantage.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, UFC is just showing their hand, like 2 core picks, I guess. We saw an absolute stomp yesterday with the Big Fat B, Earthspring,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, it looked gorgeous. Big Fat Beard
Yep.
Spirit Mid just was phenomenal. Game 2.
Yep.
And they go with the Grimstroke as well. One of the heroes that maybe we see a bit less. The Inkspell's still very strong.
Oh
And-
yeah, on Earthspring, that is just way too strong. So
I think teams as well with the Grimstroke are realizing that Grim Luna is kind of a ridiculous combo when Luna hits 20.
Yeah.
And you get the level
Conda.
25 talent on Luna early.
yep, and she just makes like Conda, and then you just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's the level 20 on Luna is probably the biggest power spike in the game. Like, I don't know if I can think of a stronger one level power spike where like you hit one timing and just your hero explodes.
I'm trying to think of like different situations like that. It's not easy though, that's for sure.
No, I mean
Maybe
it's
maybe Faceless Void, level 25. That thing's pretty strong.
yeah. Well, I guess so. Maybe stronger than the Luna 20 is the Luna 25, where you get to just do it twice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I mean it's kind of insane that talent made its way in.
Yeah.
So UBC, they go with Mars and Lion. Lion's an interesting one to me, and I want to see where this is making its way to. I guess it's going to be duoed with the Mars, right?
Yeah, it's definitely. They have. I feel like it looks good so far for UBC. Some team fight. They have a save. They have some stunts.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I think this line's fallen a little bit out of favor recently. People aren't going for
Yeah.
the mana drain facet anymore because it just doesn't do enough. So you take the melee after finger one anyway.
Yep, that's right.
Not really
I would
because
love
it's
to see
good, just because it's not.
10 seconds.
The other one's not good.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen. You know, like where the line just transitions into the core.
I have a feeling we might just see him, you know, punch down a hero at one point in this game.
Yeah, I feel like
I
he
don't-
could definitely kill Grimstroke, for example. You know, but
Yeah, my problem with it is then you have to be on top of the Grimstroke, which is an interesting place
Yeah.
for a 4 lion to be.
that is true. That's also a good point.
But thinking about carries they can take, Toronto banning out the Medusa. And most likely going to be the SF ban as well. I see that's still available. And U of T, I don't think there's any way they're letting it through.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like. I feel like they need somebody ranged.
Radiant team back.
What are the options they have?
Yeah, I mean, a ranged carry would be nice to pair up with the Abaddon. They could go for something like the Drow, but it's a little scary into Earth Spirit. It just feels like you're always jumped on the back.
Yeah. Maybe Gyrocopter, maybe
Dire team back.
You know, Gyrocopter could be interesting. It doesn't mind playing into the Earth Spirit that much because you do get a pretty early Satanic on this hero. And you can
That's
be
true,
the
yeah.
pseudo frontline, and all of a sudden your team would be very tanky with just the Invoker. Really a target
right,
to
yeah.
get jumped on.
Dire
And
team
if you're just looking at the
they do
like,
let the
Mars
SF
arena,
through, by the way.
yeah,
I think this is insta-lock SF for UBC. I think Toronto just forgot that Shadow Fiend exists, and maybe they're relying on Earth Spirit, just kind of saying Earth Spirit can get onto him and kill him. But we've seen how SF scales. He gets so much damage that you're free to build into whatever items you want on SF, and I think he can definitely live through, you know, the early magnetize. So I'm concerned now.
yeah. I feel after BKB, he's definitely pretty chill.
Radiant
But yeah, let's see what they
team
go for. Actually, ooh, the Dawnbreaker. Bush is gonna be happy.
Oh, I'm sure. Bush has messaged me in the past for games that he's playing that he needs to change his password away from Dawnbreaker
10 seconds
so that teams don't remember that the hero exists.
That's funny.
I don't think I've ever been in a lobby of his with the password Dawnbreaker, so maybe it just means he's playing every game, you know? It's always the chance.
Yeah.
So both teams dip pretty low into the reserve time, and Toronto and UBC both generally don't use all of it.
Yeah.
So some mind games going through their heads, and it does come from being more familiar with the players across the river.
Yeah, this last pick is going to be important. Ooh, that is
Wow,
interesting.
Lifestealer.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah.
It's gotten a lot more popular, at least in pubs, and the build is still the pretty traditional, either Radiance Rush, and then you go for some, you know, additional like SNY into Ags, or you can go for Armlet into Radiance.
Yeah, even the Manta is not so bad in this game, right? There's a lot of things you can take off.
Yeah, no, exactly. Lifestealer does have a pretty, you know, open...
Flexible. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Like, you can kind of go whatever items you want, and it's understandable why he's going for it. The lane matchup should be pretty good.
Yeah, are you seeing like a visual glitch on Lion's face? Or is that just me?
No, but
There's, like, two
spectator mode
lions.
is very buggy. So, like, mine, I have 2 Lifestealers on top of each other.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm seeing that on Lion.
Yeah, it's something to do with, like, if I believe, this is, you know, not super confirmed, but I believe it's, like, if the cosmetic gets, like, changed on the Dota end, it will, like,
yeah.
spawn a new hero with the cosmetic. But if it gets
Yeah.
changed and it thinks it's changed to the same thing, it, like, leaves the old one because it wasn't changed, and then
Yeah.
you have 2.
Yeah, I see that on Grimstroke as well right now.
Yeah, Dota spectator mode is absolute chaos. I don't know how it got so broken, but it's such like a unimportant fix.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah, we're done anyway, right? So,
Yeah. Like, I think I remember, I was trying to do last season, I was trying to cast a replay of one of the Toronto games that I didn't get to, and it was like week 1 of the season. And I was gonna do it, it was like an 80-minute game, it was apparently a lot of fun, and one of the guys was messaging me about it, like, hey, you know, you should do this game, it was a good one, blah, blah, blah.
Prepare for
And I downloaded the replay, and I went to do it, and they released the Ancient skin with the dragon.
Yeah.
And that broke all previous replays because it would crash your game because in the games prior to releasing that skin, there was no ancient skin slot. And then
Exactly, yeah.
the old replays didn't have anything equipped in that slot, and it didn't have like the default item equipped in the slot. So it just crashed the
Yeah.
game like you don't have an ancient. So that's spectator mode for you. That is the deal.
Yeah, Dota is still not a complete game, you know?
No.
But yeah, definitely interesting, this Life Stealer. Good synergy with Lion as well as
30
Mars, you know?
seconds to battle.
They have a lot of burst potential.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the Life Stealer. I'm very surprised they
Yeah, it's
didn't
good, it's
slam
good,
the
yeah.
SF.
Yeah, it's a good
But-
matchup against Dawnbreaker as well in lane.
Yeah, you can see what he's got queued up. It is the phase boots into immediate radiance,
Radiance, yeah.
which I think this is probably the most common build at this point. The earlier you get the radiance, the better.
Yeah, he can just join team fights, so it's pretty good.
Little skirmish in the river here. Kanjiki in a lot of trouble on Lion.
Oh
and
my
he's going to
God.
be burned down. Wilsong able to take him down with the hammer.
That's a lot
Trying to
of hammer
close
damage.
ranks onto Mr. Lizard as well as Mars blocked up by 4 heroes. No way he's running away from this one. The Aquatic Shield onto him. Big Fat B gonna waste a bit of time, and Lychee King
Double kill.
snatch it away. Why not?
Highest net worth right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty happy Grimstroke.
Yeah, he can just buy his boots.
Big Fat B misses the block for that one, so he's not gonna be the happiest that he didn't get kill credit for either of those. But it's hard to complain too much when your team gets 2 kills at the first blood. You don't lose any bounty runes.
Yep.
And Undertower takes a little bit of harass, but able to clean up the wave nicely as well. So nearly on his bottle already.
Mhm.
Meanwhile,
He did get
against
like
him,
assist gold, right? AoE gold. So,
yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Got Sentinel on Invoker against him. Wraithband start for the Invoker, and gonna be right-click Invo. What we see a lot more of nowadays. I love that this Invoker hero's transitioned to be like a... I'm gonna call it a more
Yeah, the-
proper hero.
Yeah.
You know, you're
The
not just sitting in the
archetype-
back, refresher, and cast your wave of spells, and either it kills people or it doesn't. Like,
Yeah. There's like more skill to it, which is interesting.
yeah, it's a lot more... I don't know if I can call it more positional or not. Is up toe, up top, toe going down.
So,
Yeah, up
That's
toe, top's going down.
yep. It's a lot of harass.
Yeah, they've
Oh,
got
and
the
the
Earth Spike
deny-
as well.
He's got a stick though. I think it's fine.
Couple more right clicks, Mr. Lizard.
Oh, actually,
Doesn't have
he might-
spear
he
for
might
a
be
few,
dead.
but
He's dead.
Ooh.
Oh.
What was
okay.
that? 9 HP.
Yeah.
spear?
That was a.
Oh.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, he had the tango going.
Yeah, he wanted it,
That's
Mr. Lizard, but the spear range just not enough.
And 7 armor, right? It's just your average Luna hero.
Oh yeah, every little bit.
I'm
Deny
surprised he got
inside
the
the
deny in
Earth
there. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
That's cute. I'd be so annoyed, like as a core player. I know Lion isn't, but you know,
Yeah.
primarily core player. That's the deny that gets against you. Come on.
This is a double slow lane bottom, by the way.
Yep. Abaddon on the Aphotic Shield, gonna be able to hold him down. A little bit of who's going on who there as both
Yeah.
teams double back. Like, wait, are we
Yeah.
winning this? No, we're not winning this.
Yeah. I was just gonna mention that. Like, they were like, oh, I'm going on these guys, and then hold on, maybe we should not. And then the other team was like, yeah, let's go back on them, you know?
Yeah,
Power the
ends up
Ink swap.
resulting in Lotus for the Abaddon. He broke fixed that one up, and
Oh,
up top lane, the little brawl over the Lotus. Jenny in a
He's
bit
got
of trouble
stick.
here, but Mr. Lizard, no mana to work with. stick comes through. One beam. Takes him down. Nicely done.
Nice and baited. Yeah,
Yeah,
people keep
didn't see who
forgetting
got the
that
Lotus
Luna
up
has a
here.
lot of... Oh yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, you can't just trade it Luna like that. You need to have like spell damage, I guess.
Yeah, Mars just kind of... They committed for the Lotus and just unable to get it as more kills down bottom.
Yeah.
Well, Toronto off to the same start they were last night. 5-1 here.
Yep.
Just before the 4-minute mark here in game 1. As you remember last night,
definitely
they got
more-
off to such a hot start.
Oh yeah, that was way too much, I'd say. I wonder if you can get both rounds. Nah, it's unlikely. Oh,
Yeah, Invo's making his
Sono
way up,
Luna
up to the
top.
top side. Jiki.
I get a lot of damage. Oh,
He's
the
going to make it
miss.
back. Spear back's not going to be on the mark. Trading into an Ogre's never the most fun. He's got 10 stick on toe as well.
Yeah, they both have so much armor. It's just wild.
Yeah, UBC are the ones who died and respawned here, and they're the ones who are struggling for resources in this lane.
Yeah.
Jenny has a 5 wand as well. Now finally going to be forced back.
Oh, we're seeing the first gank, possibly. But it's a weird time to like gank, but I guess the next wave is fine.
Yeah, he's coming up with his lane partners kind of on low resources and with the wave near the tower. So definitely a weird timing to try and go, but Big Fat B, level 5, he is ready to roll up near the tower. Mr. Lizard going to be kicked back. Spear going to be off the mark of everybody.
Dire's
Makes it a little bit awkward with the kickback, disrupting the spear position.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Lion
Should've
was
just
in the
moved back
triangle
from it.
stacking, so...
Yeah.
Oh, and he TP's down bottom, actually. Now they go on to Lychee King. Requiem trying to take down one, at least with the Rage, and will at least find it. Kanjiki with the TP in as well to try and slow these heroes down. Will get his Lifestealer off to safety, but Kanjiki might not be so
Not the-
lucky. His Big
not the
Fat B
Lotus,
underneath the tower. TP in from Sentinel, trying to hold him back.
Three.
And the green is bad.
Yep.
Sentinel.
It was a good play, I feel. Like, he got a kill up top and instantly TP spot. Good try. But I feel like the roll-in after was maybe a bit too greedy.
Yeah,
Should've
he
been careful.
just kind of forgot that Invoker was able to respond to that one, or maybe just not respecting the Invoker TP potential.
And Lion had, I think, a 4-stick and a Lotus, so it's kind of a risky dive.
Yeah, it's one of those,
With
like,
Magnetize, yeah.
if there's no Invoker, it's totally fine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Invo hadn't used any of the resources. It wasn't like Invo had burned the TP and had to run in from the river or anything. He just...
That's right.
TP's
If he had
inflex is pretty
Magnetize,
deep.
I think he wouldn't even have to dive. He would have just got the kill. But
Oh,
unfortunately, he's still level 5. I guess those ganks kind of like paid a price on his XP, but he's level 6 now, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's an interesting dilemma ganking. You can gank too early out of the mid lane where you do set your side lanes up, but can cause some issues to your own game. Not that that's what we're seeing here, but... Infest to get Lifestealer away. We saw Ogre come down here through the gate. Now trying to go on to Abaddon, the Aphotic Shield holding him in place for now, but will be run down underneath the tower, and this time no Invoker TP to speak of. And in the meantime, Wisdom Rune snatched away by Big Fat B.
Dire's
Hunting Kanjiki with the Magnetize, but this time Lion gonna make his way down to the safety of the tier 2 tower, and Sentinel's hunting once again for the Earth Spirit. Mr. Lizard on the rotation over as well. Big Fat B slowed up by the Ghost Walk. He knows
I
what's
feel like-
coming. Cold snapped
Yeah.
up. Trying his best with a kick to take down one, but Kanjiki has enough HP to live through it. Big Fat B gonna pay for that Wisdom Rune steal.
Yep. I feel like he should have gone the other way, you know, around on the left side.
Yeah, I think by the time
yeah, by
like he
the
had to
Lotus,
make that
yeah.
decision, he was slowed up by the cold feet.
Full snap. Yeah.
No,
Ghost
the Ghost
Walk,
Walk.
yeah.
Whatever the thing is from the Ghost Walk.
Yeah, I actually
What's the debuff called?
Curious.
This is Sunspan
Yeah.
and Sin level trivia here.
I know,
Do you
right? Like
what the
there are-
Ghost Walk thing? I bet it's just called
Yeah, it's
Ghost
like
Walk.
it's like they were asking that question of like, what is the active Fusel Blade called, right? It's called Inhibit, right? So-
Yeah. I bet it's just called Ghost Walk. But next time he slows someone with it,
Yeah, I'm gonna watch.
I'll try and click on him.
We should ask him to just do it right now.
That's right. Get him on the horn. Sentinel, Ghost Walk and walk up right in the mid lane.
Yeah, he can just do it on some creeps, you know? It's still tell. Let's see. I feel like he might use it to gank bottom. So, let's find out.
Big Fat B smoked up with Lychee King as they make their way up towards the top lane. Wants this pesky lion, Kenjiki gonna show on the ward. And this will be an easy one.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under
There was
Yeah,
nothing
they're
he could
even
do
able to
there.
get
Yeah,
a fresh D ward off as they saw Lion place the Observer.
that's right.
Kenjiki should know as well that they've got this warded, but harder for him to get here to D ward.
He's got the magnetized back up. He's got a smoke as well. I guess he's planning a gank, maybe bottom.
Yeah, he's
It's
got
not an
6
easy
stones too.
Yep. Luna's still doing good in terms of farm. She's just shifted to the jungle.
Yep, yeah, 9 minutes. This is the timing that you want. As up top, first arena going to be dropped down on to Ogre. Tanky little support, but the right clicks will come through. Solar Guardian a bit late to
slow.
try and heal up,
Yeah.
but he's still going to come in and trade off for the Lion. And now they're going to turn their attention towards Mr. Lizard, trying to escape off the side past the Lotus Pool and juking and jiving his way back towards the tier 1 tower. Luna connecting for this one as Jenny with the Eclipse
Ooh.
going to be pushed away. A great spear to hold him back. It's now underneath
pretty
the
cool.
tier 1 tower. It looks like UBC gonna get the rest of the heroes out as they TP'd Sentinel in, but not able to find the connection. Still hunting. Tornado EMP gonna come through. Dawnbreaker's TP'd out of this one, and now Jenny could be in some trouble, down to about half HP. The spear up as well, not gonna connect onto the trees. Jenny trying to run his way back to the high ground, and will end up making it. Toe back in off the respawn as Big Fat B ready to come in. Magnetize is available, but
He's Ghost
not
Walk.
gonna connect forward. He is Ghost Walk. Now walk into somebody.
Yeah, come on. I'm watching. Let's see who's in range.
Watch him like a hawk.
Oh, he needs to get closer.
Sentinel. Walk by some creeps. Come on. You
Yeah,
can do
come
it.
on. The AoE is pretty low right now, right?
Oh,
You
it's
gotta
so
get
small.
right close. Yeah.
You gotta get on top of the heroes.
Oh my god, he want to hit that creep instead of walking by it.
Yeah, how dare he. Now
Yeah,
that
no.
we're watching for it, he's never gonna walk by anyone again the
Yeah.
whole rest of the game. What a nonsense fight, by the way, that was up in the top side.
Yeah,
like
that was pretty bizarre.
heroes respawning and TPing back in, TP away, and the re-engage.
Yeah, I feel like the Invoker TP was a bit late. If he TP'd like maybe a few seconds earlier, he would have probably got spells off on Luna.
Big Fat B rolling forward, has the Magnetize available,
Ooh,
double damage
kick.
rune as well. The kick connects forward onto 2. Toe trying to set things up with the Ignite. Gonna look towards the Abaddon. They're gonna drop the Magnetize as well. A couple of stones to go, but right now just chasing forward towards Broke. He will be silenced up
broken.
to the north. Will eventually be going down, but so much time spent chasing here.
Lifestealer just
Soulbind
TP'd it.
immediately canceled. Kill from the
Ooh.
Abaddon. Solar Guardian back up already. Inside of the arena, dropped down as Jenny. Another round of the Eclipse. Dropped onto Kenjiki. Falling low. Hasn't fallen yet. It's the Ice Wall trying to hold the heroes back, but UBC crumbling around them as Sentinel desperately trying to make his way back towards the tier 1 tower. The Ghost Walk!
It's just called Ghost Walk. Yeah. Here I was waiting for some fancy word, you know?
Yeah, if only. Valve needs to get on that, you know?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, what are they wasting their time on?
Radiant's
Rename
top
it to
tower
Slowed.
is under attack.
You know, slowed by
Dire's
slowed.
middle tower is under attack.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so U of T.
Are scattered.
Pretty convincing team fight win there. They show up with the entirety of the squad. Gets Luna up top of the net worth board. Has the Mask of Madness building towards Manta style. Pretty standard stuff here as Jenny gonna try and take over this game because across the river, Requiem on the Lifestealer still building towards the Radiance. Looks like the Relic set to be delivered now, but it's gonna be a bit more time before Requiem does hit that farm accelerator. And in the meantime,
They still need the. I feel like the timing is the Blink Dagger on Mars with Radiance on Lifestealer. And there's
yeah,
another
Toronto
spot.
gonna try and make sure this doesn't happen as they're keeping the pace up. Big Fat B in down bottom. They were smoked up for this one, but Wilsong's the first target. The Infest to bail Lifestealer out. It's a tanky Mars Off the
ult is
back of the
coming up.
Infest, and now Mr. Lizard going forward takes down one. Laying around the dregs of this Observer Ward up on the high ground.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is immediately UBC going to turn things around with the smoke. They still have Arena available.
That's right.
3-man headed towards the mid lane. No blink on Mars. So he's going to look to
I don't
position
think they
himself
need
with
to,
just
you
the
know?
phase.
Yep. Just with the
looping around.
tornado.
Gonna find Big
Stun.
Fat Beast. Spear into Arena combo. Beautifully done on top of the Hex. The Meteor. Gonna take him down.
Dire's
This is probably a mid lane. Okay, at least some damage on it, I guess.
Yeah, it's a very nice time in the rotation there as well. Gets Mars involved.
got-
Use the Arena.
Yeah, they
They'll have it
they
ready
got
with the blink.
Dawn here. We'll just burn down the creeps.
Yeah, Wilsong's quietly level 10. This is the same level as Invoker.
He's also pretty farmed, you know?
Yeah, Echo Saber on top of a Soul Ring.
Mhm.
So you just got none of the CS from that wave.
Yeah.
Very
Surprisingly.
unfortunate.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's just gonna skip the vessel on Earthspirit. He's recognizing that, you know, he needs to get a BKB because of all this magic damage.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, I love it. Timing's going to be nice because it's going to come out right after the Radiance we see available now for Requiem. But it's no joke. Eliminating the early burn damage in the team fights with something like the BKB doesn't sound super significant. Like, oh, you BKB to, you know, half the Radiance damage, but can mean a bit more, especially you remove the mischance as well.
Yep. And it just lets Earthspirit do what he does, you know? There's nothing to stop him in this game.
Yeah,
There's
definitely.
nothing
Like, you're not
piercing
caught in any
BKB.
random tornado either.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no BKB piercing spells for both sides, right? As far as I can see here. Let me see. Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, no. There's late game Ogre Magi 4-man Abyssal Blade multicast.
That is true.
I missed that back
Compared
when you had the blink on Abyssal. You could
Yeah,
4-man
that was-
multicast like through an entire team.
That is when Shadow Fiend was just having a lot of fun. It was crazy, you know.
Radiant are scanning.
Just blink in, Abyssal ulti. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Why not? Arcane Blink, Abyssal Blade, Quick Ult.
Dire's
Fun times.
structures are fortified.
Yep.
Dire's top tower.
Another
see
thing that we
Toe-
haven't talked about in the late game is like the Grimstroke Ags on Lifestealer. You know, can be pretty effective.
Oh, it's
Dire's top
yeah, it's
tower
probably
is
not the
fortified.
#1 carry that you want to find, but the Grim Ags is just, it feels so good to play with, or maybe so
Yeah.
bad to play against if you're, you know, enemy team.
Yeah. The fight up top.
Yeah, what's up? Got the Solar
Good
Guardian
heal.
coming through. Big Fat B, a very tanky hero to try and go on, and now the turnaround. It's gonna be fair play as Kinjiki does fall Mr. Lizard, a couple man in the arena, but the Soulbind gonna hold him in place. Actually,
I feel like-
purged off.
Yep.
Still in some trouble
no.
as Mars does go down. Requiem not able to block Big Fat B's roll away as he's back to safety up on the high ground, and
Radiant's
Toronto will
Yeah, that was-
extricate themselves.
Yeah, that was kind of like a, I don't know. I feel like they needed either Lifestealer or Invoker, but now Luna's in an awkward position. Oh, she's just too fast.
So what
can
was
you do?
what purged the Soulbind?
I think Abaddon's shield.
It shouldn't
I don't
purge
think it can
the
be
Soulbind.
purged though. Yeah,
I've got
think
the
it's just,
replay
like-
up now, and I just see it get cast, and it goes away.
that is bizarre.
just-
I'm pretty sure you cannot dispel that spell.
No, it's not dispellable. I'm gonna let the replay loop for a second time, even though we're watching absolutely nothing right now, because I want to see where it goes.
There's just a strong dispel on
Oh,
shield.
he cast it
that-
on creep. He cast it on a creep.
Oh. Okay, there we go. Now it makes a lot of sense, right?
He cast it on the creep next to Mars, and the creep died. Okay, we've deduced it.
Wow.
That's what
I was just going crazy trying to like think of different options as to how it happened, you know. But yeah, I wasn't really watching. I was just looking at the rest of the fight. So
It threw me way off because I was like, this big Soulvine's gonna hold him back, and nothing. Requiem going forward. But into a whole team now. The stun not going to be on the mark as Rage able to take him through, but the Solar Guardian over the top. Kanjiki once again going to be the sacrificial lamb as Jenny takes him down with the Eclipse. Spear into the arena. Take down the Luna, and with no vision inside, UBC going to have a free reset as they're once again fighting under their ward on this high ground. Magnetized to come through. It's going to connect forward onto 3, but who's really doing the damage here as Requiem just free to charge in the backlines. Double kill for now. Going to make it a third. He's able to take down the Ogre Magi. And Sentinel has showed up, looking to take down Big Fat B. This is a big kill in the Earth Spirit. He's got the Magnetize onto everybody still, but not going to matter as there's enough sustain for UBC.
There we go. I don't know if I mentioned this, but if they do like group up as 5, their team fight is pretty strong until BKBs come out. So we saw a bit of that right now.
Yeah, it all starts with the great just recognition that you can turn it around with the arena there. You take down Luna, and that's so much of your team fight.
Yeah, Luna just ran in with like 500 HP, and she just got bursted with a combo. So
exactly. And take a look, Invoker's got the Mage Slayer, right, to go with the Dragon Lance now and building towards the Hurricane Pike. But Mage Slayer against Luna is probably a bit undervalued because so much of the impact Luna has on these early skirmishes is just coming in and doing a lot of damage with the Eclipse. Yeah, exactly.
That's right, yeah.
And it's magic damage that's not just instant burst. It's not like, oh, you press one beam and that's all your damage. It's kind of these sporadic beams for like nearly 10 seconds.
Oh, look at all that vision. Goddamn, yeah.
Yeah, we don't see too much Dawnbreaker, but
yeah,
there you go. It's definitely one of the more pronounced innate abilities in the game.
Yeah, it's pretty special. And it just lets them know like what UBC's plan is. Look at where their heroes are. So they know that they want to take up this top portion of the map.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lifestealer does kind of hit buildings pretty slow. I guess they need Alacrity, but yeah. He's good at team fights though, so that's all that matters.
Yep, yeah, and he's got Radiance into the Sange and Yasha. And
into the Manta.
Yeah, disassemble, go Manta.
Yep.
Interested to see what he's going to do with the Sange pieces. Hold that thought, Big Fat B.
Albert?
Caught up by Lion for now, but Kanjiki forced to turn tail and run away. Yeah, I was going to say, because Halberd's, like, not the best item now, is Requiem, a little Rage TP, and like we touched on earlier, there's no way this game to take him out of that one. Was Magnetized
until he
committed.
gets a missile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was Magnetized committed, but yeah, with the Sange, I mean, Halberd's not an amazing item nowadays. Like, you can...
Yeah, that's true.
You can make it
probably
work,
just leave it out. Yeah.
but you might just end with, like, raw Sange.
Yeah. I mean, the evasion is pretty good against Luna, I guess. So...
This is true. Willsong down bottom. Mr. Lizard going to trap him inside of the arena into the tornado. EMP going to be off the mark as well, as Willsong trying to juke. Is able to dodge the meteor. Gets himself away. There you go.
That was like some questionable spell casting, I guess.
Yeah, and one of those jukes, something in that chaos just like nuked my computer as well.
Yeah, even I felt that actually.
One of those particles was the troublemaker.
I'm pretty sure it's like the fire from the hammer. You know? But yeah, without Mars Arena, their main team fight spell is kind of down, so they can just force a rush.
Yeah, they started it pretty quick and without Big Fat B, but now he's made his TP in to the tier 1 lane. Looks like he'll be here in time.
Yeah, UBC's not even gonna try.
Sunstrike comes through.
Trying to get the last hit, I guess.
It's almost like they weren't sure that it was happening. Now they've recognized a bit late into the Eclipse. Looking for Lifestealer, but Requiem able to rage away and fest.
Yeah, they need to back out right now.
I mean, you can never go on this Lifestealer first. Even if he shows himself so far up, it's kind of recipe for disaster for Toronto.
I think he's got his Manta done now. So, finally he can take off that Silence. There we
Yep,
go.
there you go. Disassembled. And now Requiem full HP. There's no Eclipse to work with. Even though you're fighting into the Aegis, this is a fight UBC might be interested in.
Yeah, I feel like they need to like just disable the Luna and just fight the backlines. Kind of kite the BKB on Earthford as well. That is a big problem though.
So
Oh, stuff
hard
like
to deal
this
with
is pretty good.
Lifestealer now, and they're just gonna
Whoa.
get the Aegis.
Oh.
There you go. Finger.
You just
takes
shredded
him
him.
down and up. Rolling on the
That's a
backside,
deep
Big
dive
Fat B
in.
looking for the angle with the Magnetize. Pops the BKB, but falling very
just-
low himself. Forced to roll himself away. He has the Mars. Trapped inside of his own arena, and Mr. Lizard will fall. Luna trying to turn things around with her own BKB, but now that it's on cooldown, what are UBC going to be able to do? Requiem thinking about turning it around, and now is going to re-engage. Finds just
Hey,
one of
what?
the Luna Manta illusions. Now going to pop the Rage, sticking on to Luna. Buyback from Mars as he's going to TP his way back into the tier 2 tower. Jenny in a lot of trouble as now the Invoker spell starting to land, but
Buyback.
trying to TP, no, not going to make it out as the Cold Snap takes him down.
Oh, they're
Actually
desperate for the
continuing to run away as the fight migrated down towards the south. Lifestealer just still free reign in this one as is going to find a kill.
That's
Maybe
TP.
a second. The TP Glimmer, no detection, and Luna 10
Just
HP through
TP.
the creep wave has made
all you
her
do.
way away. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how Luna got away from there. Her TP got stopped by a cold snap, and she was all but dead. I followed the fight tracking to the south,
Yep.
and she just kind of walked away.
They're like, oh, we need to kill this support more, you know. So it's this is when Twitch chat just like spams just TP. Simple as that.
There you go.
But obviously he had a glimmer, so it's not the same situation.
Dire are scared.
Just Glimmer TP. Same situation.
Yeah. They got the big fat B kill at least. That's one good thing.
I think it's a
But it
huge
cost
deal
them-
for Toronto that they get out with so many heroes, though.
Yeah.
Like, even though it goes poorly for them, and right now they still have no way to deal with Lifestealer, that very easily could have been 3-4 heroes dead and UBC looking to take your base.
Yep. And they also got the buyback out of Mars, which kind of slows down his BKB. But he's still pretty close, but yeah. It's not the position you'd like to see your Mars in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there are very serious Lifestealer problems that are going to be just existing for the whole rest of this game. It's really
Yeah,
not
it's-
until Luna gets maybe the level 20, maybe even beyond, like another item in the full Conda. Because
Yeah, I
right
think
now she
2
can't
items.
man fight the Lifestealer.
Yeah. He's more formed than her too, you know? Which is pretty surprising.
Yeah, and also worth noting, Luna went for the Mask of Madness build this game over the Dragonlance, which generally you do have to pick one or the other.
That's right.
But it means there's not going to be a Hurricane Pike on the horizon, so if you are caught out by the Lifestealer, there's no easy way to, you know, reposition in these fights. You're gonna just have
Yep.
to stand your ground.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, you start thinking about like late game ways to deal. We see the Shiva's Guard coming through for Big Fat B, but it's gonna be, you know, items like a Hex. If you're able to get Soulbind Hex onto Lifestealer +1, maybe
yeah.
then you can start thinking about taking him down. But that's a
Yep.
long, long ways away, and until then, you gotta just ignore him and kill everyone else, it feels like.
But yeah, they have the BKB on Mars now. I feel like it's a pretty good chance to just smoke, try to catch somebody. If you just burst them before BKBs, that would be beautiful. That would be perfect. Chance of
Right now,
stuns.
Toronto Smoke gonna time out as they were hunting through their own jungle, but not gonna find anybody home. And you're right, it's
Yeah,
gonna
this
be
is-
UBC's time to find a smoke up with this fresh Mars BKB and make a reveal play.
Yeah, they're already grouping up. Lion's got a smoke. They push a lane. Yeah. That's one good thing about the Manta. It just keeps lanes pushed out, you know? I like that a lot. With the Radiance. There we go. For smoke. We need Invoker, though. Not for
Yeah,
smoke,
still
but yeah.
still delaying, holding off. Mr.
Hmm.
Lizard's got Desolator on the horizon as well. That's the next item in the hot buy.
I mean, I'd prefer, like, a smoke into... a pick off into a kill. Okay, here we go.
Is gonna be the 5-man here as
Yeah.
the infest into Mr. Lizard. Mars
Yep.
gonna
His
be
Manta
hunting.
is on cooldown. He's got to be careful. 20 seconds more for the Manta cooldown.
Right now, all of Toronto up in this triangle, Mr. Lizard, ready to scout things out. The smoke's going to break onto Toe. They're going to find the spear back. It's just onto Ogre, not
okay.
connecting, and push down to the low ground, but they will find the kill. Nothing more.
Yeah, probably not the... probably the worst kill you could get. Like Grimstroke is better, but
Yeah, they were all
Let's
right
see- let's
there,
see if
but
we
no
can push.
vision to speak of. So,
that's right.
by the way,
Yeah, you
Lifestealer
gotta-
in the midst had Aghanim Scepter delivered.
Is under attack.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. That's crazy. It's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, now going to be able to jump inside of the Luna, is right now speared into a tree rather than into the arena wall, but still in a world of hurt as the BKB comes through. Requiem going to infest inside of the Dawnbreaker. Holding up for now, but Requiem still free reign to run around in the fight. Magnetized on the
It's the
back line,
weirdest
not
fight
going to
I've
do enough
ever
damage.
seen. Yeah. The strangest fight I've ever seen.
Luna trying to go forward again. Requiem silenced up for now, but charging forward, has the rage ready, and Jenny in a lot of trouble here. BKB still available on Luna, but it's not going to help that much against the Lifestealer. Now going to be stunned up, but Requiem jumps inside with the Infest. Luna, BKB underneath the tier 2 tower, the Inkswell as well. Nothing will save you as Requiem. Free reign. Remember that RTZ 1 versus 5 Lifestealer all those years ago?
And Big Fat B's gonna die on the back. Wow.
Yeah, Wilson.
I like this.
chasing
We have
down.
2 players just going off, you know? Rambo. But I feel
Oh,
like
goodness.
Toronto still won that trade.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no.
uh,
I'd say probably not. Probably not. Yeah.
Dire's middle
I
tower
think
They lost Luna and
it might actually end up being even though they do have the net worth lead. They do feel like they're behind, but more importantly, as that's a lot of damage on Requiem, more
Yeah.
importantly, this is proving that you have no way to deal with Lifestealer. And
Lifestealer. Yeah.
Dire's middle
I
And,
think
and the
even if
Ags
the
is
fight goes
actually
even.
yeah. The Ags is actually pretty good because he uses I think like at least twice in that fight. You know.
Yep.
At the end, he got the kill on Luna with that. So yeah. This
Yeah,
is
the first usage
definitely a
wasn't
problem.
even all that great. It was just onto
Yeah,
a
it was
Dawnbreaker kind of
defensive.
existing, but
Yeah.
Radiant's bottom
It was
tower
defensive,
is under
yeah.
attack.
It was just like he wanted to escape from the the spells around him, and he just like went in. The
Yeah,
cooldown
exactly.
is pretty wild, you know. It's like 20 seconds. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, this is your power as Lifestealers. Like right now, level 20 plus with these items, maybe minus the Sanj. This is not the more typical inventory you'll end up with here, but
And he's going for the Scotty, so you know that he's gonna like want to chase you down, just slow you and just kill you. Which we just saw what he did to Luna, right? So
yep, it's all about sticking on the Luna now. He's recognizing too that in the late game, all of the damage will be on Luna. Dawnbreaker
Yeah.
will do some. Earth Spirit, able to put some onto the supports with the Magnetize, but Earth Spirit later on will be no threat to Lifestealer.
So what UBC's doing now is they're like securing this bottom part of the map because I'm pretty sure they want to keep the Roshan Lifestealer, and then he's essentially immortal. Like he will not die. I don't think they can kill him twice.
Tower is under attack.
I'd almost be tempted to put the Aegis on Invoker, even
Invoker?
though you can see the net worth is not nearly
Yeah.
the same.
That's true. That's true.
But he's got the BKB
But-
coming out, and it would kind of let him just play forward in fights and
That is
make
true.
sure you're getting
But
the
then
Mage
I
Slayer
feel like
out.
this is probably where they're gonna like hit towers, so it might be safer to put it on Lifestealer. But I don't know. It's up to the team, right?
That
Depends
is
on what they're
also
looking to
fair.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If they're looking to just farm a bit longer, then probably Invoker is better. But if they want to get some objectives, then they'd probably want to aim for that.
Yeah, if you're looking to put a Lifestealer on the high ground, then 100% put the Aegis on him.
Radiant's
But
middle
unless you're
tower
going
is
up the
under
high ground, I
attack.
think Requiem has to, misplay kind of bad. Unless it's like 5-man smoke picks him off solo. Otherwise, in fights, he should be just existing. Now, I said misplay pretty bad. He has just run into 100% of the team. He's raging, trying to get away, has the Ags to work with, now running towards the
Manta.
team. Jump inside a Big Fat B, but able to roll him back towards the team. The arena on the side, not going to connect
Oh
forward
my
onto
God.
Luna. Mr. Lizard in some trouble. Meanwhile, Requiem is still in the middle of all 4
Yep.
remaining heroes, and he's still just
He
mad
doesn't
moding
care.
his way, looking for Leechy King. Second round of the rage, trying to take him
That's
down, and will find
wild.
one. Now turning towards the second support, takes the second. Godlike on your Lifestealer.
No BKB.
As
No
Luna
BKB
doesn't
on
have a
Luna.
BKB available, she's going to be slowed down. The roll comes through. Solar Guardian trying to hold the heroes back as Jenny forced to just turn and do what damage he can. Will take down a
my
couple,
God.
but not able to TP away as Requiem. Another rage to hold him back from the stun. Big Fat B gonna be the next one
Trying to get
in
the kick.
trouble. It's trying to juke, trying to roll
Ultra.
away, but he's not gonna make it. Ultra kill for Lifestealer.
Oh, that's a good all chat.
As they do find 3 kills on Toronto at the end of the day, and Luna does do significant damage. I mean, it's 7,000 damage from Luna, but Lifestealer, it's never a moment in jeopardy. He's inside of all
Yep.
of the heroes.
I think he was scared for like 1 second because he didn't have his Manta when he was being chased, but he just went into Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit like kind of rolled into his own team, which brought the lifesteal right next to the supports, which is probably one of the worst cases you can have, you know?
Yeah, you think it would be totally
Ouch.
fine. Like, oh, we've got him surrounded, all 5. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
hunting now,
Nah.
trying to chase down the Dawnbreaker.
This is
Gonna
like
turn
that
his
scene
attention
from...
towards the guy without the Glimmer
Yeah,
Cape
oh my
now,
God.
though. As
That's exactly
So,
what I said
will be
happened
falling.
before, right? Yep. Have you seen the old Watchmen movie?
no,
Yeah, this reminds me of a scene. Like, you're not trapped in here with me. Like, I'm trapped in here. No, I mean, it's the opposite, right? I'm not
That's
trapped in
right.
here with you. You're trapped
you're
in here
trapped
with
in
me.
here as
Like,
me. That's right.
yeah. Also applies to Urza, the 6-slaughter Urza. But this Lifestealer
Oh,
is
yeah.
just getting out of hand.
Requiem looking for Willsong with Spirit up into the tree.
Good
Able
force
to
that.
walk his way back. Now Jenny in for
Oh,
with the Eclipse,
ambitious
but
TP.
the Infest
He did
holding him
BKB.
for now, and there's going to be another round of the Rage as well as Jenny in a lot of trouble. The BKB trying to keep himself alive, running towards
He's
the
dead.
outside of the arena and not going to make it. Dead for 80. Requiem turning his attention back over to Willsong, the Solar Guardian. Not able to save him. BKB trying to hold himself back. Kick back from Big Fat B. Will get his buddy out of there. But UBC
Yeah.
turn their attention back to the barracks. Tier 3 tower
So-
already has fallen melee racks to go.
This guy's at 4,500 HP. And he's going for a Satanic. I don't know how you kill him anymore.
Yeah,
is
Scotty
so hard.
has been
Yeah.
completed.
Yep.
The Alacrity
He's
Life
got the
Stealer.
Defiant Shell as well, you know?
Oh yeah,
my God.
extra right clicks.
Yep, just in case he doesn't have
Always
enough.
appreciated.
Yeah, this game just kind of like fell apart really fast.
Yeah, it's just Lifestealer things. I mean, he got to critical mass, and basically once Luna wasn't in a position to just man fight on the Lifestealer,
Yeah.
it just feels like there's nothing you can do.
And there was that last TP from Luna, he just TP'd in, and it goes back to what I said before. Like, there's a lot of stuns. He just got stunned by the Lion. Eclipse was wasted. The team backed off, and then by the time he popped the BKB, he was taking like too much physical damage from Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer was
He was
able to
slowed.
jump inside with the Infest as well, so there's just
Yeah.
bonus damage coming through when Luna should feel her strongest with the Eclipse active.
Yeah. Like, Grimstroke is starting to go for the Scythe, but I don't think that's gonna... He's not gonna get it in time, for sure.
No, and you know, notably, you're giving up the Aghanims on Grimstroke to try and go for this early Hex.
That's right. It's a tough position, for sure.
Yeah, Requiem, by the way, is playing around the Aghanims for Grimstroke, whether it's intentional or not, but not going like items like the AC.
Yeah,
the
and
generally
I think
would be
now they might
tempting.
give it to Invoker, like you said before.
I think you can
Lifestealer
recognize
feels pretty
that
good.
LS is
Yeah.
totally fine. As nope, they're gonna
Oh.
let Lifestealer pick it up. There you
Okay,
go.
they need him to hit the tower, I guess. He got the Basher, actually. Pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, he's
Just
100
in
gold away
case.
from the full Abyssal.
Yeah, just in case the slow wasn't enough, you know? You can just throw a Bash in there.
That's right.
Oh my
Jenny
God,
nearly
this
on a
is-
butterfly for Luna. Still trying her best to be able to man fight. It's so hard.
Yeah,
Just
I feel like if
desperate
you
for
caught
the
it, like,
25 talent on Luna and try and like find these beam spams to take down the supports.
怎么了，宝贝？心乱了吗？
Unfortunately, it's just not gonna happen as
yeah,
UBC are closing ranks. Requiem. Well, just cutting waves. They're still missing the wave down bottom, and with the tier 2 alive, it's gonna take a little bit.
4,700 HP. That's too much green.
Too much numbers, yeah. This
Yeah.
is the nerfed version too. He's only gaining 500 HP off the innate instead of 1,000.
Yeah, nice and nerfed.
Yeah, they came out with this and it was 2 HP per creep, and everyone still thought it was bad, and then they halved it. But yeah, only 556. Like, come on, gotta pick those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Those are rookie numbers, yeah. And he's got the evasion and magic resistance neutral item, which is even better.
Yeah, Trickster Cloak is a great one. I actually could have seen him keep the Defiant Shell. He's able to just try and like man fight Luna that way. You get the extra click and pretty nice. But either way, going to town on the base.
He doesn't
Blackberry
care.
makes quick
at
work
all.
of the tower. Roll in from Big Fat B on the back. He's got the Magnetize onto everybody. Abaddon gonna force it into that borrowed time immediately. Mr. Lizard in with the arena as well. It's gonna catch on a Big Fat B. The Solar Guardian jumping in on the back
They
line.
don't care.
No one dying yet, but they will be soon as Toronto in a world of trouble. They do find the kills onto the supports, but all 3 cores alive and well for UBC as Sentinel starting to fall low. The beam span on the back lines, as well as the buybacks coming through. Dawnbreaker's gonna be back into this one, but can you take down the Lifestealer? And can you take him down
Look at this guy,
twice?
man.
Still holding on to the Aegis, now with the Rage, running away, gonna be slowed up by the beam. But even with the buybacks coming through from Toronto, you cannot take down this Lifestealer. He jumps inside of Wilson. Now gonna be stunned up on the high ground in the middle of 4. Luna falling low and forced to run away under the cover of the Glimmer Cape, but Requiem turns around with the Rage, turns around with the Abyssal Blade, and able to take down the Luna. Finally brings her down. 90 seconds on the deck. There's no buyback, and Requiem's ready to clean house.
She kind of
Charging forward
invested
now,
in the
looking for
butterfly.
Wilsong, Invis, but the Sunstrike not going to be enough damage to take him down. Burning with the Radiance, able to get back to the Fountain, and Requiem finally going to give up the chase as he turns his attention to the more important things in the game. Tier 4 towers under siege, putting the game on his back. Feels like he's Arteezy out here.
Yep.
Spear back underneath the tower, Dawnbreaker. The Inkswell not going to save him against the Rage. His Invoker burning down under the tier 4 towers, Soulbind holding him, but full heals off of the Infest.
Yeah.
That's some crazy healing to come through. This game all but over. The Solar Guardian over the top, gonna find the stun onto a couple. Sentinel falling low this time. Aphotic Shield trying to hold him up, trying to heal. Still is enough as he's under the tier 4 towers, turning around with the Ice Wall. And he's able to escape as they kill off the rest of the team. Sentinel, he doesn't need an Aegis. He's totally fine. Big Fat B rolling back forward, trying to take him down. The Sunstrike going to be off the mark as Sentinel lives through it all. Needs one more bit of the healing. BKB instead going to keep him alive. And it's just Big Fat B. Luna spawning in 15 seconds.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
you
Jeez,
can
that was
kiss this
painful
game
to watch.
Dire's ancient.
This Lifestealer doesn't seem to care at all.
No, I mean, Requiem he's free. Roll forward, Big Fat B's trying. Luna TPing it on the front line as well. Looking to close down a couple of these heroes with the Eclipse. Has the damage on a Mr. Lizard, and he'll take one, but Requiem, like he said, it's 1 versus 9 as Lifestealer charging forward towards Luna, and all she can do is run away.
Oh my god.
Dire's ancient is under.
This is like the whole Medusa thing, you know? Just ignore the Medusa and try to kill his team. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, you can't ignore all the Mega Creeps inside of the base, though, as Requiem now just going to hit into
Look
the
at that
throne. There's
core.
no glyph. He can just rage and end this game as the Cardi's going to do it for him. GG.
That
It's going to be
score
called.
is beautiful. Look at that score line.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
32 to 31. UBC behind in the kills.
17-0. It's insane.
It really did feel like they could do no wrong, even if they were behind in the kill score for a significant portion of that game, too.
Yeah, they didn't have like things they needed to kill Lifestealer, and that's exactly what happens.
There was definitely a timing where U of T had the tools, but I think I mentioned it, but as soon as Luna's like behind in the net worth, the Radiance came through, and he doesn't have the build with the Dragonlance early where you're able to join these skirmishes more effectively.
That's
You know,
right.
once you're behind going the farming build, it just feels like you can never stand tall in this game.
And yeah, I feel
Alright.
like they kind of ignored the Lifestealer and until it became a problem that they couldn't ignore, and that's what you see happen.
Yeah, that really...
Ouch.
You hit the end of it there.
Yep.
But alright, so we see UBC take game number 1, which, you know what, that means if Toronto takes game 2, we can see a game 3 that we haven't been seeing
like
a lot
that.
of game 3s recently. I feel like every time, every series I root for game 3 because it's way more fun to go to the decider, right?
Yeah, you get to watch more Dota. That's always fun.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to throw it to a quick break while we get set up for game number 2, but stick around. Got a couple of highlights coming up, and we'll be back for the draft of game number 2. See you in a few.
jump in the deep end. Yeah. I said, hey, we don't need to leave all the differences aside. You and I feel right. I said, maybe we don't need to leave all of our differences aside. Cause that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. We don't agree, and that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. Opposite sides, and that's what makes it right. Or every time that you think it's gone too far, we come a long way, and I know that it's only just begun. Cause if you think that loving someone else could ease your mind, let me just remind you, dear, of all the hills we climbed, and I don't mind being right, even when we get it wrong. No. And I said, hey, we don't need to leave all the differences aside. You and I feel right. I said, maybe we don't need to leave all of our differences aside. Cause that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. We don't agree, and that's what makes it right. I'm nothing like you, and you're nothing like me. Opposite sides, and that's what makes it right. That's what makes it right. That's what makes it right.
It's almost like falling in love for the first time, all over again. Hold on tight to the feeling, but it's a roller coaster in my head. So I'm holding myself on a precipice, and I've been dreaming off the ground. So I'm looking for something that's definite. I'm praying you don't let me down. It's gotta be all. It's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. Oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. It's gotta be all or nothing. It's gotta be all or nothing. Oh, or nothing at all. Hold these doubts like the playing cards close to my chest. Turn them round for the river and hope it's something that I won't regret. So I'm holding myself on a precipice, and I've been dreaming off the ground. So I'm looking for something that's definite. I'm praying you don't let me down. It's gotta be all. It's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. Oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. Oh, oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. Oh, it's gotta be all or nothing. All or nothing. trust in love. It's like this whole world keeps on messing it up. Yeah. I thought that I could do better if I just believed. Yeah. I'm thinking back to when you were in the sweater that you got from me. Oh, now it's so complicated. Why is this suffocating me? I felt elevated when you used to lay with me. Should've known better than to trust in love. It's like this whole world keeps on messing it up. Yeah. I thought that I could do better if I just believed. Yeah. I'm thinking back to when you were in the sweater that you got from me. Oh, now it's so complicated. Why is this suffocating me? I felt elevated when you used to lay with me.
Dire
All
team
right, we're
ban.
back into it. Everything's fine. The lobby's not broken.
There we go.
10 seconds.
But we don't have the gold notches showing who won the first game, right?
remaining. 5
Unfortunate.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, blame Bush. Bush just set up the lobby.
Yeah, everybody can just blame him. Are we on stream, by the way?
Yeah, just put it back up.
Okay.
Yeah, take 2 of the lobby. Take 1 of the stream. The audio is working. We only get 1 stream technical error per day. We've used the quota. All's fine.
Yep.
Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Chikarinahim's in here using my Dotabot bot that even I don't know how to use.
10 seconds remaining.
That's funny.
I see him come in here and like use commands that I didn't know existed. Like I'm
More do you
surprised
know.
that it works for spectator mode,
Yeah.
but you can apparently pull the
Radiant team
like
ban.
MMR
Items,
or
yeah.
like immortal rank of people like on the spectator mode. So if you wait the
10
delay out
seconds
and
remaining.
then put in the I forget what command it is, but you can like see
5
the
seconds
ranks of
remaining.
everyone.
Radiant
Yeah.
team ban. Dire team
Which is
ban.
actually valuable for this league because I don't know what rank people are. I should try and track it better, but
10 seconds remaining.
we don't really submit that stuff to the
5
league when we
seconds
sign up.
remaining.
It's just like, are you immortal or are you not?
Yeah, so Boundless is just banned out the Luna again. Like one of the games yesterday.
Yeah, they don't want
No,
it. They've
they
got
picked it
first pick
themselves.
again.
Yeah.
They've got
This
first pick
time-
again, but they realized like, nope, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So here's why, and I have already forgotten who won the coin flip game one, but here's why I'm interested, because the pick orders ended up being the same,
Yep.
and the side has ended up being the same.
Really? I see Boundless has last pick, right? Which is not the
No.
case. Because last game they
Oh,
were.
UBC has
It was
last
UBC
pick.
had last pick. Yeah, that's when they got the Lifestealer. Right?
Yeah, UBC has last pick again.
10 seconds remaining.
They do. Am I
Yep.
seeing it like upside down? That's crazy.
Maybe.
5 seconds.
Yeah, no,
remaining.
Toronto's got first pick. They're picking now.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
But they've got first pick Dire again. So whoever won the coin flip,
Oh.
the initial game, took what the other team didn't want, and then they've ended up
Yeah.
the same that way.
You can be happy now. Got a Shadow Fiend.
That's right. SF first pick. I'm a little bit less happy actually with SF first pick.
And Invoker first pick again. Okay.
UBC aren't gonna mess with success.
Yep. He did pretty good as Invoker. Yeah.
Yeah, Sentinel did fine in the mid lane, and
Yep.
Requiem really carried them to victory, but Sentinel didn't have a lot of weak points in the game, and
Yeah.
we got to see what Ghost Walk was called when he Ghost Walked
5
by
seconds remaining.
some heroes.
It was called Ghost Walk. Simple as
That's
that.
right.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't try too hard, you know. They just make it simple.
Yeah, we need
Just
a whole
sometimes.
suite of new neutral items, so there's new actives that no one knows what they're called.
That's right.
I guess you could always just do the trivia with tier 5 items and no one knows, right? Like, what's the Book of Shadows active called?
Active called, yeah.
Yeah, like hell if
Should I
know.
forget? I remember. Yeah, I remember
10
like
seconds remaining.
I don't know, learning it, but yeah.
I always just think of everything, whether it's an item, a spell,
It's-
or whatever,
Yeah,
like
it's like,
not
it's
as
like
the name,
Yeah,
but just like
I
what
think it's
it
just
is.
like shadow or something, right? Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
yeah. They keep it like pretty simple with some of those things. Like it's just like one word answers almost for every single one. Like I know like Seer Stone is just like reveal. That's it, you know.
Okay.
And the Force Boots is like forces or force or something. I don't know. It's just
Just-
yeah.
yeah, of course. Bring back the Woodland
Yeah, let
Striders,
me check.
please.
Let me check. Hold on. Okay, so Book of Shadows is called Shadows. Force
Called
Boots is called
Shadows?
Force. That's it. Yeah.
5
Um,
seconds remaining.
Book of the Dead is called Greater Demonic Summoning.
Okay, that's yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what the Necro book.
Yeah.
active
Pirate Hat
called.
is called Dig. That's it.
Yep.
And then Arcanist Armor is Mega Shield. That is
You know
pretty
what's
cool.
what's interesting actually? I think Trusty Shovel is Dig as well. So there's two
Dig as
spells
well,
with
exactly.
the same
Dig,
name
yeah.
that do different
Yeah.
things.
Completely different things, right? Yeah. One just gives you a lot of gold. Goddamn.
Yeah, imagine if Trusty Shovel did what Pirate Hat does. Just dig up
Yeah.
bounty runes all
And
only
Trickster's
from
Cloak.
minute 0.
Trickster's Cloak active is called Cloak. That's it.
There you go.
Oh, this is cool. Ninja Gear is called Solitary Disguise.
Dire team
That is cool. I like that.
So it's different than the smoke.
Yeah. It's like Ninja Gear, right?
Yeah.
Like it's nothing related to the name, basically.
All right, Toronto have their 1 and 5 already picked out. Gonna be the Shadow
Yep.
Fiend Tusk lane.
That's a good lane. I like that.
seconds remaining.
Oh, I love it. It's
Save
kind
is-
of exactly what you want.
Yeah, they were kind of lacking on save last game, right? What is it? Like Grimstroke and Ogre, right?
Yep.
Which is good in a late if you're winning the game, but it's not good if you're losing. So I guess this is one way of doing it. So
Yeah, no, and you think about kind of why Toronto are going this way, and against a hero like Lifestealer, having the snowball save is such like a boon that you can add to your team.
that's right.
And they're gonna go dual melee support here as Toronto pick up the Clockwork as well,
We're talking
angling
about not
towards.
having not having like BKB piercing spells. Now they have 2.
That's right. Yeah, Tusk could
Just
get
in case.
the Walrus kick later on as well.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. There's a lot of options.
Remaining.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lich has been like a quietly very good support as well. Maybe not quietly, depending on how much you play. Apparently, just picked in like every single game.
Strong laner. So strong lanes are always a good thing.
Yeah, Pro Tracker has Lich picked more often than Shadow Demon and more often
Ooh.
than Tusk 5 as well.
That is interesting. The Shaman pick.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman is not quietly an amazing hero.
Yeah.
I've actually not seen much of the Shadow Shaman at all recently.
It can be, like, I don't know, I feel like if you play it as a 4, you can make a lot of stuff happen with it, but you have to, like, position yourself perfectly. Because both these supports on Toronto's side, they're pretty good at, like, killing the other supports, right? At least,
Yeah.
like, disrupting them, disabling them, so...
I'm interested because the Lion is still available, right? And they went for a
Yep.
Lion in a similar spot last game.
Yep.
So Shadow Shaman very much compared to Lion throughout the hero's history.
they
And
pull-
nowadays is just kind of considered to be a slightly worse version that gives you a bit more split push.
Yep.
But with Lion still available, I'm interested to, you know, what the mentality is here to pick the Rasta instead.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
They're going to go ahead with the Dawnbreaker as well on UBC.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't think this is a particularly powerful lane against Shadow Fiend Tusk, by the way. The Shadow Shaman Dawnbreaker.
It is not. Like, I feel like you can be, I don't know, if you, like, time the stun right, you could probably stop her hammer. But I don't know, it's... Like, you might survive the lane, but you might not get a lot of farm, which always sucks as an
10
offlaner.
seconds remaining.
A lot of kill potential
5
on both
seconds
lanes, as far as I can see for UFT.
Team ban.
Yeah, it's going to be just like every other UFT game where we might just see
yep.
10 kills in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, all 4 of these heroes like to fight. Shadow Fiend also doesn't mind fighting early. Just needs some mana and he's good.
Yeah,
10
Toronto going with
seconds
the
remaining.
Pango. I'm assuming this is going to be out of the mid lane.
5 seconds
Yeah, for some
remaining.
reason they like to keep their last pick for the offlane, right? So it's possible they could still flex it, you know, have it as an offlaner too. So
Yeah, we'll
can be-
see. I'd imagine that it'll go mid, and then against Invoker,
Team ban.
it's actually not an amazing lane anymore against Invo, especially if you go the Rolling Thunder facet. Like
That's
now,
right.
if you're not taking the double jump because people aren't nowadays, you lose a lot of the ability to play against these ranged heroes that just poke at you.
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, that's right.
5 seconds remaining.
So Sentinel going to be set up for a good lane with this first pick Invoker. Which usually when you're first picking your mid, you're not expecting to get a favorable matchup, strictly speaking.
Yeah, but I feel like Invoker right now is pretty like versatile. He can make stuff happen. A lot of options. He can always get farm. He's good at ganking even now. So
Yes.
and like the Quaswex is just wonderful for like just resetting, ganking another lane, going back to lane with mana. Always
10
fun.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, the one thing UBC aren't going to be able to do is bring
5
supports to the
seconds
mid lane. So you won't be able to punish Pango early on that
Exactly,
way.
yeah. And they don't have anybody to deal with Pango also right now. Ooh,
Oh, there you go.
so
Off
it's
lane
an off
Pango
lane
mid storm.
Pango, yep. Yep. Which
My
is also
point,
pretty
my
good.
point will stand. You will not be able to bring supports to the mid lane to hold
Yeah,
down
it's
the
even
storm.
worse now. The supports are gonna have a really rough time this game. Like Pango is annoying, Clockwork is annoying, Tusk is annoying, Storm is annoying, and then Shadow Fiend's just gonna like two-shot you at one
5
point. So
seconds remaining.
That being said, Pango
Positioning.
plus Clock or Pango plus Tusk, whichever way
Yep.
they decide to lane it,
That's
is
synergy.
not a
Yep.
strong lane.
yeah, not even like in laning. Like you're talking about like mid-game fights. Both cogs as well as like shards, like they're
Yeah, it makes
negative
it weird.
synergy, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I think they're just playing Pango for like. He deals a lot of damage. He messes up with the backline. So let's find
Right.
out. This last pick is going to be important for UBC. I feel like I don't know. They need to deal with Pango. They need to deal with Storm Spirit. It's hard. Like Bloodseeker for Pango maybe, but then you'll have to deal with the others, right?
I think
And I don't think
Bloodseeker would
Bloodseeker,
really
yeah.
struggle this game, yeah.
Exactly.
could-
It's not good
They could
against the
go for
other
something
heroes,
like a
right?
gyro.
Yeah,
If they're
that's
able
possible.
to heal him
that's
up with the
possible,
Solar
yeah.
Guardian and
Yeah.
do that, and then just kind of put all your eggs in the gyro basket, just deal damage.
Exactly. You need some like a mega carry right now. I wonder if he'll go back for his Naga, but I don't think it fits into this matchup at all. So
Yeah,
That's
trying
my
to just
opinion,
piece together
yeah.
what else is available.
yeah, they're probably gonna take their time for this one for sure.
Yeah, Alk's still in the
Just-
pool as well, but it doesn't feel like an Alk game.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Clockwork is also kind of good against that. Alk
gonna go
doesn't like
Phantom
to stand in
Assassin.
one spot. Really? That is surprising to me.
This is your have fun or absolutely
Yeah.
despair hero right now on UBC because if Requiem gets off to a bad start, he's gonna be
Yeah.
killed infinitely by Storm +1 because U of T
Yeah.
they're set up to play this game starting at like the 9-minute mark. You run around
Yeah.
with Clockwork or Tusk, whichever one's free, and just
Yep.
combine with the Storm Spirit zipping in at level 7. And you can kind of kill at least either support, you can probably kill the Phantom Assassin. Invoker, you might need to bring 2 supports, but both of these guys are willing to run to the mid lane.
Yep.
And UBC are a pretty stagnant team. So if
Yep.
these heroes lose lanes, if you're forced out, there's a lot of trouble.
So this is what I'm like. This is the vision in my head. I feel like PA deals with both the supports because, like, you shard or you cogs her, she's just gonna blink out, right? And then just kite out the Pango ult, kite out the BKBs on the other course, and maybe you can have a fight. But I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of execution problems that they're gonna have. But the good thing is they have saves. They have like the Frost Shield on Lich. They have the Hex on Shaman. So I don't know. Let's see if they can like pull this off. That means they're just good at like executing these kind of weird drafts. It's
Yeah, I
not
think-
really weird, but it's just not fit in this situation. So it'll be interesting to see.
I think the UBC draft doesn't respect how fast the Toronto draft wants to play. Toronto is
Exactly, yeah.
in your face from basically minute 1. And later on, you can match up okay. I mean, PA, it'll be a very positioning dependent game, and, you know, we could talk about all that as well. But at the end of the day, it's going to be all about surviving these early, you know, early mid game timings coming through from Toronto. And we've seen over the last 2 days, every game that Toronto are able to come out ahead, it is just rolling teams down starting at, you know, 10, 11, 12 minutes.
That's right. And this game more so than last game, like there's a lot of pressure on this Invoker. He needs to make a lot of things happen for sure. Because you're playing with a PA who's not the best laner. She doesn't have like I feel like in this lane she's not gonna have the best time unless something goes wrong. So a lot of pressure on this guy. Let's see if he
Agreed.
can, you know,
5-man
manage.
smoke, gonna run
Ooh.
straight uphill. UBC.
Always fun,
Caught a
always
bit off
fun,
guard.
always fun.
Kanjiki gonna be the first one forward. Frost Blast to try and hold him,
Sacrifice.
but gonna be caught inside of the shards. Gonna give
That's
the
not a
first
good
blood
start.
over to Jenny.
A full three raise. Nobody walks away from that.
At one soul for the Shadow Fiend.
Let's go. That's Lich's soul right there.
Yeah, of course the battery assault, you know, so you're not able to get the cogs denies in the fountain.
That's true. That's true.
What a shame.
I mean, I think you can just do like 2 of them, right? I don't know how much time you have. Is it 2 or 3? I don't know.
I think you get 3 if you have 3 heroes stay in the fountain.
Oh yeah, like
think
one,
nowadays you
denying
get
for
3.
helping him deny. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I forgot that you
Because
can
Clock
do that.
can't do it, but the other heroes can.
Team can, yeah. But I mean, he doesn't really need it. He just has stats at this point, so.
He actually went
I
all
feel
the way
like-
back to the fountain. Jenny
Yeah, I
did.
know. He might have to TP. I don't know. But I guess he's just gonna walk with the wave.
Yeah, he's a bit behind the wave here, a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah.
late, so maybe just gonna let Lychee King get wave 1. I'm actually interested because now he's committed to
Yeah.
walking out on SF.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's too
At
late
least
now.
one creep's gonna die here, right?
Yeah. I'd say, yeah, one's gonna die for sure. Ah,
And
whatever.
Mr. Lizard pulling back the range creep. Yeah, okay, you don't
Core
lose
gets a-
too much.
Core gets the last hit.
There you go. Yeah, the bigger thing is like first range creep getting denied, but
Yep.
I guess actually, especially with SF, because you can raise, like it's not a big deal, but it's a deal.
Yep.
It's not a lane that just gives away. So, meh. Anyway, level 2 in the mid lane because we watched the top lane be nonsense for a bit. But this is Invoker versus Storm, ultra traditional matchup here as
Yep.
Sentinel getting to play the Invoker for the second game in a row. Looked pretty good in
I don't
game
think
1,
it's
especially in the early lane.
Yep. But he did have a lifestealer who was kind of like farming pretty well. But this game, he's gonna have a PA who's gonna have trouble in lane. So he has to probably pull his weight, you know, start ganking.
Yeah, it's going to be a very
minute 5 or
different,
6.
very different game, this one, compared to the last, because Sentinel won't be able to just station himself in the mid lane like he did game 1. He's
Yep.
going to need to be active on the map.
They're hitting each other a lot. It's crazy.
Sentinel.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, is it the
Calculated,
outplay?
now the EMP
The
turning
outplay.
forward, Big Fat B in
This is
some
where you tip
trouble, the
somebody.
fairy fire. One more
Oh
right
my
click.
God.
Who's gonna
he
find it?
didn't
Big
have
Fat
the-
B's got the bottle, and now he might just have a
Ah.
kill. No, Sentinel. There's creeps there.
Got distracted.
Yeah, there's kills happening elsewhere, but I want to
Yep.
see if Big Fat B is able to take him down. Looks like the answer is gonna be no.
Yeah, this is a level 2 spike on the Tusk lane, where you just like ensure shards kills with the raises on top, you know? It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, they get both of them up in the top lane, and Shadow Fiend
Radiant's middle
3-0-0,
tower is under attack.
2.5 minutes in.
Are you a mid player, by the way? Or do you play some
No,
other
carry
role?
player.
Dire's middle
Yeah.
tower
Like these mid players, they live life on the edge. It's like, I feel like it needs a lot of practice
My,
to
my
play
heart
like that.
couldn't take it.
Exactly,
I'd take
yeah. I was
my-
like, oh, he's got a stick, yeah.
Take my casual lane
Yeah.
any day. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
up top again.
Might
This
get
time,
the return.
trying to trade 1-for-1 as Mr. Lizard will be able to take down Lychee King, but Jenny going toe-to-toe. Actually out of mana, so no raises, and
I don't know about
Mr.
this,
Lizard
yeah.
might just be winning this trade. We'll see the damage
Yeah.
block. It's not going to be enough. He is going to fall.
What? I mean, you're like trading hits with a Shadow Fiend. I don't think that's a good idea. No? Unless you
It's
have
another
like a,
7 armor ranged
yeah,
hero.
You need like face boots or something.
Oh my goodness, kills everywhere. I said 10 kills by 5 minutes. It might be more.
Yep.
We're up to 8 here. They
8
go
in
1
3
for 1 down
minutes,
in the
so-
bot lane.
That's what I was like concerned about. The Tusk lane for UBC, it's gonna be a problem for them to deal with, especially. There's a lot of magic damage just by like mangoes and like mana regen, and just like keep spamming spells because you're playing against a melee offlaner, right?
Right.
Even with her infused raindrops, that's just gonna run out in like what, a couple spells. That's it, you know. And
Oh, it's gonna be
both.
so quick.
Yeah.
And Mr. Lizard had to walk back out to lane here.
Yep.
He had already used the TP, and
Walk of shame.
exactly. Yeah, Jenny, 5-0-0 on the Shadow Fiend.
Yep.
Cannot ask for a better start. Now, is only 11 CS, bottom of the cores, I guess minus the Dawnbreaker, who's been having a rough go of it. But I bet if we switched over to the network,
Oh, this is not
Kinjiki
good. Like
might
Invoker's
just
got
be
both
another death
water
here.
runes.
Kinjiki will fall. Mr. Lizard
Oh my god.
float up as well. Another round of the raise. One more right click. This is getting a little bit awkward.
Yeah, but like the one consolation they have on UBC side is like Storm is like getting kind of shut down. I don't know if you saw but Invoker is gonna get both water runes. So
He's looking for the kill instead. Who
Yep.
needs a water rune when you can find the kill on the Storm pre-level 6? Oh, the MP didn't have any
he
mana
got
to
the-
burn, so he didn't get the damage.
okay, Shadow Fiend's gonna
Never mind.
die finally. Yep. They bring in Lich, and that's a kill. Much needed. Much needed. Look at the gold on that. That's crazy. 5 minutes in.
That is actually insane. That's
Yeah.
700 gold because it's a 7 streak at 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And here's your 5-minute kill total. It's gonna be 12.
That's crazy. Invoker did a pretty good job of like shutting down this like Storm's lane. He got both water runes. Could even go steal the bounty, honestly.
Yeah, Storm headed back to base now, but that being said, it is 24-6 versus make that
Yeah.
21-2 as Sentinel gonna catch up a little bit on the creeps here.
Yeah, he's still higher net worth though. So, oh, okay, that was a bit
EMP.
mistimed. Yeah.
Yeah, off the mark.
Okay, Tusk got the shard on Lich. Shadow Fiend walking over, but it's a short duration.
Kinjiki. He doesn't have the middle raise available,
pretty sure
so
he's dead.
Kinjiki,
Yep.
it's gonna
He's just dead. Yeah.
take a couple of right clicks. There you go. Lychee King's gonna start getting the kills, realizes like, hey, don't put the kill streak on my core. That'll just you want to kill him more.
Yep. It's like the 4-hit plan.
That's right. Arcane
He
Ring was
actually going
picked
for
up by
Battle
the Shadow
Fury.
Shaman. PA's going for Battle Fury.
Yep. Pretty far away, obviously, but
Oh yeah.
He's 1,000 gold underneath the Shadow Fiend. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend is a wealthy individual, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
Yep.
I say that's not going to change. TP in from Invoker up to the top lane. Sentinel wants in
Getting
on this
a bit of
one. The
cocky.
Cold Snap
Yep.
going to catch on to him, and Jenny underneath the tier 1 tower. Requiem not going to come through.
Yep. I don't. He should not have been pushing that hard without a teammate nearby.
No, that is just
Yeah.
feeling yourself because you have 7 kills
Yep.
at 7 minutes. and-
Exactly. I feel good.
Radiant's middle
Bottom lane, a lot of action, but nobody's dying yet until now.
Yep, so
Good.
Cogs out, but gonna be shackled up. In some trouble. Requiem falling
Oh.
low. Leechy King in from the side as well with the
He's
snowball,
got a,
but
he's got a
Requiem
Lotus.
still living.
Oh, he
not gonna
didn't
be
pop.
enough.
He had a stick and a
Chip in
Lotus.
from
He didn't
Storm,
pop it.
Big Fat B. Gonna be shackled up underneath the tower. The Rolling Thunder comes through to cancel, and Big Fat B able to zip over to the side. Kanjiki will get taken down, and Big Fat B able to zip away as well as Mr. Lizard now in some trouble underneath the tower. Wilsong not gonna
that
have
was a
enough
lot
in the
of-
tank.
Yeah, that was a misplay on UBC side. He had a whole stick, 10 stick charges as well as the Lotus. He didn't pop it, and he just got bursted by the shield crash. Ouch. That's
Yeah,
that's
that
not good.
hurts.
They just lost like 4 people. Sorry, 3 people. Oh.
Yeah, losing your PA with so many charges there, especially when you TP in so much of the team. Like, obviously
Yep.
Invoker didn't have it available, but
Yeah.
might have just had the tools to bail out PA. And
It
a little
might
bit of
just be Shaman dying
miscoordination
now.
here as, yeah,
Yeah.
Shadow Shaman wanted in,
Oh.
wanted to find the connection. Mr. Lizard coming in with the Solar Guardian. Gonna bail out Rasta for now. Shackle onto Clockwork,
I
not
love the
able to
heal.
take down the Rasta, healing up as well. And now
Yeah.
Toe gonna be the first one to fall, and maybe the only one to fall as Broke able to get
He's
himself
getting-
away. Jump. Yep,
Oh.
okay. Little bit greedy on the backside, and now Wilsong trying
Yeah.
to TP up on the high ground. The hammer
Oh.
gonna stop him.
Oh, this is interesting.
Stuck up on the
This
high
is-
ground, and they can't
Yep.
really hit into him. Eventually, probably gonna be burned down. He jumps down.
Oh,
Wilson
he's-
playing around with
trying to
Mr.
kill him.
Lizard. And Sentinel's gonna be able to secure this one.
Yep.
You just deliver a kill to your mid lane, you know? It's what it was all
Yep.
about. So if you thought at 5 minutes the pace might slow down, you would be wrong.
Radiant's middle tower
22
is
kills here in the
under
first 9 minutes of this game, number 2. UBC,
attack. Are strong.
pretty nice win in game 1, but right now it's the University of Toronto show, at least in the safe lane.
This is the
Shadow
best kind of
Fiend
Dota.
looking to take charge. Mascomat is
They're-
already done on SF, or at least
They're
ready
right
to
on the
deliver.
edge of the vision, which is crazy. Yeah.
Big Fat B in the mid, looking for Sentinel to find a connection on the snowball as well, but the Chain Frost coming through, and they will lose their Tusk. Big Fat B
Oh, they know
able
that
to get
he's.
himself
They know
out. The
he's hit by-
tornado. He's gonna connect forward, but able to find the zip away. Walks
Middle tower is
away from the Sunstrike.
There's no clip for that, unfortunately.
One's been enough damage, regardless. I don't believe. Just 2 points
Yeah, it's
in
a
the
level
excerpt.
2. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, a lot of stuff happening.
But in the meantime, Shadow Shaman hits level 6 immediately. The Serpent Wards dropped on the tier 1 tower.
fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
You went
UT,
for
they are
that.
going to try and hold this one. Leechy King does TP in, and they'll start to work on these Serpent Wards. Tower taken down to about half. It looks like UBC going to respect it and let these wards go.
Yep.
Big Fat B not getting
Maybe-
any of the last hits.
Maybe a bit too excited, because if they just kind of secured and like forced it on this wave with the siege, they could have probably got it. But
Yeah, just basically forced Leechy King TP to exactly where he
TP.
wanted to go anyway. And
yep.
now going to smoke up as 3, headed down towards the bot lane and looking for PA, who's still working on the Battle Fury.
Easiest kill. This is where like your instincts have to kick in as a carry, you know? You should like recognize. Maybe he does. Let's see if he TP's out, takes a gate, or just hugs it.
Behind the
Oh,
tower.
oh my
He's going to
God.
find the Shadow Fiend instead. Triple raise over. The zip's
Yep.
going to come through. One more right click to finish him off. The
Careful,
TP
let
is
it
going to
go.
be canceled as UBC
Radiant's bottom tower
sense 5 heroes down here, or maybe don't sense them, but now they feel that impact as the tier 1 tower going to be left.
The miracle
forfeit.
move.
Dire's middle
miracle
tower
gate
is
move.
under attack.
I mean, he obviously didn't like invent that move, but it's just he does it pretty often. So
Yeah, the gates have added a lot of dimension to
Radiant's bottom
not only
tower
like how
is
pos
under
5
attack.
can be played, but how carry can be played when you do
Carry's
make this
played, yeah.
early rotation. Yeah.
But that's why carries like Shadow Fiend, Gyro, they can just come in, deal some damage, and leave.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Broke was smoked up in the mid lane, but not able to find the connection on to the Shadow Storm Spirit. That's the hero I was going for.
The lead that the Shadow Fiend has is just way too much. It's like almost 7,000 net worth.
Yeah, we're 12 minutes in, nearly 7k.
Yeah, this is way too much.
And this is with, like, by the way, the first death for Shadow Fiend wasn't that bad. The second death was pretty atrocious.
Yep.
So I'm just envisioning, like, how much wealthier SF could be. You have one
He could
less
have
death
been, yeah.
here.
That's right, yeah.
Serpent Ward's gonna be dropped, trying to take down Lychee King, and Tusk in some trouble. The Snowball gonna connect forward as Toe in with the hook shot, able to cancel. Now the Rolling Thunder inside of the Cogs,
Yep.
but the Chain Frost bouncing around has more than enough damage, and Wilson gonna bring the Chain Frost away, bounces back. Don't know if he wanted to bounce back there, but
Yeah.
still gonna be able to swash away.
This is entertaining.
Looked like he wanted to just go down the stairs and hit the railing.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I'm pretty sure it was.
Sends him straight backwards. All's well that ends well.
It kind of helped him. I feel like maybe he might have been hit by the Sunstreak, so.
Yeah, happy little accidents.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But this time, a nice use of the Serpent Wards, able to take down both supports for UBC.
Yep.
Lychee King, TP'd up top, gonna show himself on the wave, and Mr. Lizard ready to go underneath the tower. The Shackle gonna be cancelled. As Broke now in some trouble. Big Fat B caught off by the shards, but dragged back onto Broke. Pops into the sheep, and he's gonna walk his way away. Toe, two-man Cogs on the front, but where's your follow-up? Where's the damage? Kanjiki, well, starting to fall low, but it's not gonna be enough, as now Mr. Lizard in on the front. Jenny showing up here. Right now, support for support, and it looks like that's all it's gonna be. Shadow Fiend shows up, and everyone gonna turn tail and run.
Yeah, I feel like they just need to like lay low for a bit, wait for the Orchid on Invoker, and then just like smoke gank, kill the Storm, kill the Shadow Fiend. Even Pango is a good kill, actually.
Yeah, Invo will have it very shortly as well. A couple of 100 gold.
Yep. That's the timing they're waiting for.
Radiant are
It's not gonna be bad timing on Sentinel, even though his net worth looks, you know, very middle of the road.
Radiant's middle tower
You know,
is
1-0
under
and 4 on
attack.
Invoker, and he really just looks
I mean,
small in
his-
comparison to SF, who's got 1,000,000 kills.
Yeah. Yeah. Like his team is still good, so he can just like he doesn't have to lead, you know? It can be like Pango kind of leading the charge. A good rune. Invisible. Oh, this is interesting. Look at the like he's going for the Ags on Dawnbreaker.
Oh, is that right? Very early
Yeah.
for the Sags, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty close actually. It's like another 700 gold. So I think by minute 18-ish.
Sentinel hunting. Sees the clockwork, but a bit deep. Looking for the wraparound play. Do know Tusk is up here, or they suspect someone's up here. Now gonna see Lychee King showing underneath the
Yeah.
tower. This is how things kicked off last time around, as
Yep.
Toronto were able to TP heroes up here.
So Lychee King just showed himself, so I guess they might settle for a kill on him. He's kind of surrounded.
Yep, Sentinel hunting on the back.
Oh.
The Sentry Ward gonna get vision
knows,
of him,
he
but
knows.
Mr. Lizard's in first now. The Cold Snap, they're TPing in heroes, and Jenny's here as well. Need to be able to take down this Tusk fast, and they will find him. Solar Guardian over the top, not going to
Oh,
connect
this
onto
is not
anybody.
good.
Now the Rolling
They
Thunder's
need to
coming
leave.
through. Connects forward onto Lich, and they are
They
just
need to
TPing
leave
the
right
hell
now.
out.
Yeah.
It looks like they'll make it. End up going
Yep.
1-for-1. It was a buyback from Tusk, and
Yeah.
eventually
It's okay.
will end up with a second kill for Toronto.
Some much needed space for PA for sure. But now they need somebody to like kind of stop the push that's coming up top. I don't know, maybe like Invoker just goes and drops a meteor or something. I don't know. They can't just let it fall. Oh, they're even
Instead,
better.
it's going to be
going for Roche.
instantly
Yeah.
into the Roshan. Got the
Got
attack
tag
speed
team.
slow coming through on Pango. Tag team over the top as well, and it's the Mask of Madness from SF. This is very fast for 15 minutes. No way you know this is coming if you're UBC.
Roshan has fallen.
Yeah, you got Pango, you got Tag Team, you got Shadow Fiend. A lot of physical damage.
Yeah, and it's
And
not
you've got
even
the-
it's not even one of these first Aegises where you can't put it to use. I mean, a lot of times you take Aegis at 15 minutes and it's just enabling your second one.
Yep.
So you can hit the second
Farming,
timing
yep.
around 25. But on Storm Spirit,
Radiant's top tower
you can get involved with this.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under
He can do some things that he wouldn't normally do in this case because he is a bit poor.
Yeah, still actually
Yeah.
looking for the Kaya.
Yep. So it looks like PA is going for Battle Fury into BKB. He doesn't want to get a greedy, Desolator in between.
I think this is understandable, especially against the Rolling Thunder.
this
Like, you
game.
just need to be able to jump
Sure.
inside of the cogs, Rolling Thunder. Can't get 100 to 0'd on Requiem this game.
That's right.
Can't get Requiem done Requiem this game, you know?
That is a good point.
Yeah, the BKB is important for him to jump on the SF. You know, just
Yeah.
take away the threat of if you get blinked on, just turning around with that SF ult.
Yeah, I feel even Invoker should be doing it. Oh, it's one of the worst kills he can go for. The
Sentinel
Person with the
looking for
Aegis,
Storm.
right?
He's got the Orchid up. Solar Guardian over the
Oh,
top
okay.
as well,
Oh.
and they'll take down the Aegis.
that's pretty good. They kind of like
Won't be
turned
able to
out
get him
timing.
twice, but
But
a couple of kills. Now Sentinel going to be zipped forward. Trying the TP.
Oh.
The hook shot off the mark, but the snowball going to bail him out.
yeah, that was kind of weird. Yeah.
Hook shot looked like it would have connected if Storm
Yep.
wasn't, like, in that front corner. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, Lich falls, but
Gotta be
Jenny
my
in some
die here.
trouble here. Hexed up. Gonna be shackled as well and taken down. Willsong not in with the Rolling Thunder, and Requiem haunting forward, but the blink from Pango gets him out.
Yeah, that was a good Chain Frost. He got the shard. That's pretty cool. Not bad.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I feel like
So-
Invoker definitely needs to like change his mind and like get the BKB instead of going for the Dragonlance. The Dragonlance is pretty useful too, but I feel like he wouldn't die there if he had a BKB, just run away. Doesn't even need to TP, so.
Yeah, it might have been... I'm not sure I want to call it indecision, but
Yeah.
like the brief moment of thinking you might have a chance at Storm twice, and then the
This-
call's
the
like,
second
no,
kill.
we can't.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
And by that point, you can't just TP. You need to walk away, and that
Yeah,
can be
and he did
difficult.
walk away, but the problem is he didn't ghost walk, and even if he did, he was walking right under like a sentry. Like there was a sentry right there at the stairs where he
Yes.
got caught.
Yeah, and both Toronto supports reacted immediately when they're going on Storm. And a
Exactly,
large part of that, I mean, it goes back to talking about how Storm can get involved with the Aegis early. Like, even though you kill him the once, Storm comes back full mana and ready to just extend way beyond his means compared to basically any other point.
Yep, and he took like 7 seconds to kill him, and that time you have like TPs on both tier 2 towers, right? So you have like both supports coming in from each side.
Right. So U of T need to adjust to the new game state a little bit, where yes, they're still ahead, but they're not as far ahead as the laning stage may have suggested.
Attack.
Yep.
SF still top net worth, but PA very rapidly closing on the BKB.
Yep.
Storm zips and grabs the Arcane Rune.
There's a magic of the Battle Fury.
But the PA BKB time, he's going to be pretty scary. I mean, I know
Yep.
Storm isn't on Orchid, so you're not, adding that additional layer of Purge on the Orchid.
Yeah.
That's the threat.
So I
but-
feel like you Alacrity him and like let him BKB, he might definitely kill a support or two.
Absolutely.
And then just kite the other heroes on like Storm Spirit and Shadow Fiend, and you might be able to have a good fight.
Yeah, and if you're able to find an engagement where Tusk isn't on top of the Shadow Fiend, you might
Yep.
be able to just get a cheeky little pickoff onto SF at this point.
That's right.
Has the Shadow Blade, but otherwise, it is a
No other
killable
safety
here.
at him, yeah. Yeah. He's going for the pike now, but he can definitely kill him. That's for sure.
And they do have that Aghanim Solar Guardian.
Yep.
That you mentioned
That's
earlier
the
he's
other
building
thing.
up, but that's been completed. The
If
other,
they do go on somebody, the evasion is just pretty annoying. Because even Storm likes to hit people, you know, like he likes to actually hit you. So
Exactly. Up in the top lane, zip forward, Big Fat B looking for the connection onto Requiem. Solar Guardian forced out, as well as that first BKB.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, down
first
bottom,
BKB.
Wildsong's in with the Rolling Thunder. He's found the supports. Pango will take down at least the one. Kanjiki hunting forward for more. Or Kanjiki getting hunted, but instead gonna find Lychee King.
Some good fights from UBC.
And now trying to get out. Toe in some trouble here, and they will lose a pair. So not going to be the
Actually, not too
happiest that they lose BKB on the PA, but do get a 2-for-1 trade for the supports.
Shadow Fiend's
Danny
waiting right
hunting.
here. Oh,
Gonna find the Requiem connection, and Big Fat B sets it
That
up
was
beautifully with the Vortex. Now need to get
But I
the
think he's gonna pay
SF
for his
away
life.
from here. Yeah, you don't have support, so you don't have the save potential coming through on the backline, and SF's gonna die. Making another one as Orchid
Storm
up
doesn't have
on
mana.
the Pango.
no
And you're
mana on
right, Storm jumps in on the back lines looking for more supports. Now he's gonna be caught. Big Fat B only able to get so far, jumping into Sentinel. Taken down. There's your emotional damage.
Yep. I mean, they did like a really weird kill. I mean, sure, they got the kill, but I feel like they paid a big price for that. All 3 cores.
Yeah, Toronto just kind of forgetting how much their supports enable their gameplay.
Exactly, yeah.
You don't have these saves that are just kind of existing on the back. Like, you need to be able to cancel the shackles. And
Yep.
your main way to do that right now is hookshot coming in from Clockwork late in these fights. And Lychee King, he's got a Blink Dagger on Tusk, but if he's dead, there's no way to save your SF off the back. Shadowblade's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
So like I said, Toronto need to adjust to the new state of affairs. Right now, a 2,000 gold lead. They've got 3 out of the top 4 cores in terms of net worth. But everyone's bundled up in that top spot. I don't even know if that was words. You get my meaning.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just top. So
Yeah, PA,
So let's see,
BKB
next-
back up.
next timings. Invoker BKB is a good timing.
Yeah, going for the
BKB
Manta
on-
style on PA.
Under attack.
Yeah, yeah. BKB up also on Dawnbreaker. They actually have some good team fights now. But they do have vision on the PA right now with this old ward placed by Tusk. How old is that? Yeah, it's just expiring.
Yep.
They
another
can tell that
30
he's going for
seconds.
this triangle, so they already see that he's here. You know? Oh,
Yeah,
if he
that's a
shows on this
very
wave, he
valuable
might. Yeah, if he shows on this wave, he might die.
Dagger comes through. They did spot it out.
Yep.
Lychee King pings it.
Yeah.
Requiem
Yep.
all the way to the tier 2 tower. Spidey sense is
I guess
tingling.
he recognizes. His
instead-
support goes to die for him. Yep.
Yep, Broke wanted the D-ward. And
Yeah, he could tell.
Thanks
You can
to
see
the
the voice lines. Yeah. It's the classic fly move, you know?
that's right.
Copy. They would do something like that.
Now, it would have been the best play if he fake
Yep.
placed a ward on this high ground, because Broke did put the obs,
Yep.
but
He's
that
gonna lose
demon
that.
Dota level play, if he just walked up to the cliff, didn't place the ward.
Yep.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Light chicken kind
Bring-
of like.
Bring demon Dota
Wait,
back.
okay, there we go.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I remember
I
I,
think
was
that's what
watching
I
like
like.
some other. I was
Yeah.
watching this like C player who's also Canadian. He's like Sri Lankan Canadian.
Okay.
I think 1437. So he was like playing Dota or like watching, and then Demon like joined this chat and asked like, "Oh, can I like cast with you?" And he was like, "Oh, this was like just after all the, you know, the whole thing happened to Demon, right?" So he was like, "I don't know if I can like just let you talk. You know, it might just look bad for me." And he was like, "Okay, cool, I get it. I'll go away." Blah blah.
I remember the old joke with him is that he was like a 4K player.
Dire's middle
Just
tower is
Yeah.
was like residually on pro teams.
Yeah. But he did do like some interesting shit for sure, you know. I think
yeah,
everybody
he-
has like something interesting they do. Like Eternal Envy has done a lot of Extremely interesting shit. But at the same
Yeah,
time, he's
sometimes
also
you have
like a
to be
meme,
bad to
right?
be
Yeah.
good. Go on to SF
Exactly,
here, but
yeah.
the Shadow Blade
Yeah.
bails him out. Dust a little bit late, not able to find the connection.
That's why he's on UFT's flag, you know? He's a symbol
right.
of hope.
Listen, he's gonna be a self-made billionaire soon.
Yeah, I know. All the investing and shit, right?
That's right. That's the long-term 50-50.
There we go.
Eternal Envy goes broke in 2 years or becomes millionaire. Sentinel showing on the wave. Leechy King
Needs
gonna jump
BKB.
forward, looking for the grab.
Good
But he's got the
BKB.
BKB, gets it off. Solar Guardian coming through, now trying to get it over the team, and looks like it's not really gonna connect. Meanwhile, Big Fat B on the back lines, finding the Rasta, and will be able to take him down, or maybe not. The
No
big
mana.
Lotus, Big Fat B, nearly out of mana, nearly out of health as well. He's still stuck in on the back lines. Does manage to zip off to the side. A couple of heroes dead for Toronto. Buyback came through from Leechy King.
UBC's
Requiem.
playing the well, yeah.
Yeah,
They did
Requiem came in to
exactly-
fight in the storm. He ended off.
Yep. Wonder if they can do Roche. Yeah, they're planning for it, but they don't have a lot of minus armor. Where's their PA? Yeah, there she is.
They've got
What
the
are-
Forge Spirits. They're coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I feel like the game's just like tilted now, and the BKB timings are pretty good. He got the instant BKB on Invoker. Like that's the kind of response you need to see. You know, don't hesitate.
yeah, the game tilted. U of T might be a bit tilted. And
Yep.
Requiem didn't even need to use BKB in that one on PA. Just
Yep.
able to stay off to the side, jump in and clean up the Storm Spirit kill.
Yeah. It looked weird for a second because he got hexed, like a hex to save him. Right? There's a tier 3 lying on the ground for some reason.
I saw that like out of the corner of my eye while you were
Yeah.
talking, and
Yeah.
just immediately my eye was drawn over to it.
Yeah.
Funny
But yeah,
stuff.
basically, he got hexed by his teammate to like save him, where he would have probably BKB'd. So in one way, I guess that saved him from BKBing. So cool.
Yeah, it's the
Let's see what's happening
the
bottom.
extended bait, right?
Yep.
I'm not
Imagine that's
saving-
actually what they planned. Yeah, that's what they planned for you. It's like, oh, you don't have to use a BKB. I will save you right now.
I bet there was
that level
no
of trust.
communication. It's like, I'm saving you from yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't
Don't
think they
press
have
your
that
buttons.
level of trust. Yeah. Just be a chicken.
No, if he died there, the player POV would be disable help.
Dire's middle tower
Yep.
is under attack.
No shot. Down bottom, Mr. Lizard hits
BKB,
the
gotta
double jump
BKB.
forward.
Won't hesitate. Now it's too late. As soon as he saw the clockwork there, he should just BKB, even if there's a hook shot. At least the other stunts don't hit, so.
Yeah, the saving grace there. Leechy King does have the Blink Dagger, so it would have been Hookshot and Walrus Punch to deal with, but...
Yep.
So this is a tanky Dawnbreaker. You definitely have chances to live.
Yep. And she can just BKB and ult after the hook shot, you know, so. Maybe they'll have to use a punch as well. I feel like she could probably escape, but I don't know. We'll have to see it happen.
That's right. Would be close. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because basically, like, if you hookshot and use cogs, you can BKB and, like, hammer over the cogs, and SF can't chase very
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah. 3000 HP. How much damage can they deal?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wilsong in the mid, gonna be jumped
Yep.
by Requiem. Lotus Orb to
Good.
purge the worst of it. Now the Rolling Thunder comes through.
Radiant's
Throws a
bottom
dagger back at Requiem.
They can force this tier 2.
Staying around as the dagger comes through. Wilsong actually blinks back to clear the wave.
Yep.
UBC not gonna go forward, instead gonna take the tier 2 tower.
Oh, they put a 45. I don't think they can fight, though. They don't have Rolling
Dire's
Thunder,
middle
right?
tower is under attack.
No, what it did buy them time to stick around the spot
Yeah.
lane a little bit longer, clear
Yeah.
more of the map.
They lose the wards, though, so. With the Fortify.
Yeah, UBC will be coming in with the next wave, and still, without the Rolling Thunder, there's no way you're fighting this one.
Dire's middle tower.
Oh, okay,
has
not the
fallen.
worst trade.
Nope, and since that was the first tier 2, you got the glyph back, so it just buys you some more time. Wasting out some of the Aegis duration, just 2 minutes left on PA.
Yep.
As
I don't
this
think
is
they were,
interesting
like-
to me, she's going back for the Desolator now,
Yep.
after the Manta.
Yeah, I feel like Basher will also be good, but this is also fine. Like it helps you burst like some of these supports. Clockwork is kind of tanky for a support. He's got the Solar Crest too, so
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I feel like you just wouldn't be the happiest to have to go Deso this late.
Yeah.
Like
it's
generally, if
definitely not-
you're not able to go it early, like it feels bad to try and pick it up later. Especially nowadays that you need to get kills to like stack up the damage on it.
stack it up, yeah. And he's committing. He just bought the hammer. But he could still probably go into the Basher later on, but I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, could have seen something like Basher into, I don't know, +1 nullifier if you needed or something.
Yeah.
Get these
Yeah,
force
nullifier's
staffs away,
not
the
so bad,
Hurricane
yeah.
Pike. Yeah,
There's also Yules on the Tusk, right? So that's also another thing.
that's true. Yeah, newly completed Yules on Lychee King.
Okay, he just used his Q and his W. If PA is nearby, he might just die here on... Okay, never mind. He's got his ult, right? I forgot.
Yeah, they did TP Storm back as well.
Yep. They have to back off now. But now they're in a pincer move. They're gonna try to catch off these supports who are still hanging around for some reason. I don't know why.
Invoker's got TP and Clockwork. Gonna be the first to go. Kanjiki says, I'll be taking that. Thank you very much.
Your pause 5, your support kills steal. Pretty common.
That's
There's a DD
secured,
room
my
top.
friend. Secured.
Yeah, yep.
Aghanim Scepter on the Storm Spirit. This is early
Pretty good.
to get this
I like
item.
it,
Yeah.
If he gets off a good like 3-man plus Rolling Thunder into that with like a Requiem on top, that would be beautiful. But,
Oh, the Wombo
I
combo
don't know.
potential is
yeah, no,
absolutely
that's like really
there.
it's idealistic. I don't think it'll happen, but you never know.
The AoE on the Vortex is actually quite large with
It is, yeah.
with the
And
Axe.
he has taken like the level 20 talent, so a lot of disable.
I actually like every time I play into the Storm Ags, it is kind of insane how big the AoE is.
Yep.
I'd call it a mini black hole, but it's almost a real sized black hole.
Yeah, there's like the whole mechanic of like making refresher orb and like getting timeless relic, and then you just have like so much disable. It's insane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a pretty good chance you can get relic. So they have a smoke right now. They want to make something happen with this double damage, but they've kind of gone to like the wrong side of the map.
Yeah,
They might get a
Rasta
Dawn
just
kill,
not in
but-
position to break. They're hunting
Yep.
for the Dawnbreaker now. They saw Mr. Lizard in the lane.
Yep.
Radiant are scared.
Oh, they
Sports
see
weren't
him.
able to break the smoke.
There's a
and
deep
now
ward here.
Jenny is going to run into Mr. Lizard. It's a tanky
Maybe.
Dawnbreaker, able to get a BKB off straight away. The Solar Guardian not going to get connected. They will take him down quickly. The Chain Frost already bouncing around on the backline. Kanjiki doing a ton of damage. The Requiem comes through and trying to
Oh
fight
my
into
God.
the PA, but he's just going to fall.
Storm's like committing.
Requiem
He's
dodged
lost
the
all his mana.
Requiem. The Storm up on the high ground will fall as
go.
well.
I love seeing Dezo kills. Doesn't matter which team it is. It's so satisfying. Even though it's like what 35 minutes in, it's always a good thing.
That's right.
So it's kind of
Definitely
like
not confusing at all that Requiem the player and Requiem the spell happen at the same time. I love that. But yeah, Storm, like, absolutely psychopath move to jump up on the high ground there. There's no way you're getting away. As for UBC, the hunt still kind of on. Requiem looking for these Ancients aside. We'll grab a Wisdom Rune. And there is still a tier 1 tower in the bot lane. 35 minutes. UBC still not able to take it down just yet. Send the Mantas in and try and get some work done, but not gonna happen. Song, hidden away in the trees, able to find the TP. Have we lost you, Tool? Are you gone? I think we might be having some tech issues potentially. Hope not, but
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
everybody knows I'll still be talking.
Dire's bottom tower.
Finally, 36 minutes, able to take down the last remaining Tier 1 tower, UBC. Still down about 4K in the net worth, but feels like things have swung in their favor as Requiem level 23 on the PA. He's gotten a lot done in recent moments and now has the Basher completed to go with that fresh Desolator. Working towards the Abyssal Blade as down bottom, Shadow Shaman converged upon by the U of T gank squad. This time no team to support him and
Is under attack.
falls into the greed. The U of T still's got some life in them as they're gonna lay siege to the tier 2 tower in the mid. Sentinel has TP'd into this one, PA making the move as well. He's gonna be forced to cancel, but for now, tier 2 tower has been held on to. As Sentinel with the fun build-up, Chrysalis nearly on the Daedalus for Invoker to go with the Hurricane Pike BKB. And up top, UBC continuing to play around this Roche pit will be available just now. Requiem. See if he sticks his nose in, and it looks like it's going to be perfect timing as scouts out that Roche exists. This time the minus armor is there by way of the Desolator, and UBC going to look to snatch this one away quickly. Roche will sound. UBC were able to take it down the first time, and now Toronto making the move over, albeit slowly. Gonna scout things out with the Rocket Flare. But it looks like not too interested in contesting this one. Try and snipe it away with the Sunstrike, but not gonna manage it. Meanwhile, Broke all the way inside of the jungle. Shadow Shaman not gonna make it. The Solar Guardian dropped over the top as well. Mr. Lizard just looking to set things up as now the hook shot forward from Toe, jump forward from Requiem, and see if they're able to take down this Clockwork first. Eul Scepter up, trying to get the Clockwork to safety, but it's not going to happen. Jenny on the back lines channels up the Requiem. He does find the two-man Vortex over to the side. The Big Fat B in some trouble, forced to just zip himself back down to the low ground, and now it's all forward from UBC, able to take down the Shadow Fiend. And now it's just cleanup duties. Big Fat B out of resources and out of life. Requiem pops back to life from the Aegis of the Immortal. It's going to be a 4 for 2 trade plus an Aegis. UBC firmly in command of this one. Now swing the net worth 4,000 in their favor. And just a clean team fight win. And it's all set up. It's all set up by the Rasta, just absolutely running into the jungle and getting things done. Not really, but a little bit. Requiem ready to go to town on the base. No more Aegis to work with, but right now Storm and Shadow Fiend both dead for about 40 seconds. Narax will go down. UBC making the move up towards the top lane as well, as they still do have 30 seconds. Looking for the jump forward now. They've got the shackle onto Pango, and he's just going to go down. Absolutely explodes and make it a second as Toe gonna join him. All 5 heroes on Toronto dead. 15 seconds for the Storm Spirit Shadow Fiend combo, but it's 75 for Pango. No buyback gonna be available. And UBC, they recognize it. They're ready to close this game out. 1 tier 4 gonna fall. BKB still available for Requiem as the second tower goes down. Buybacks come through from the supports. The 4-man Vortex is going to connect forward, but the Hex comes through. Storm Spirit falling low. Requiem, the BKB able to take him down. There's no buyback. 90 seconds for the Storm Spirit. It's going to be Shadow Fiend against the world as his team crumbles around him. And Jenny going to be crit, going to be chased down. Hex to follow, and he'll be taken down. Good game. Well played. Going to be called 35 to 30. UBC going to take the series 2-0. University of Toronto not going to clinch playoffs today, or not going to clinch the first round bye today as they fall to UBC. And we officially have no more undefeated teams as of week 6 here in Playfly Esports. So all 3 undefeated teams as of last week have fallen. We've got Tool back in as the game has ended around us.
Yeah, that's funny.
Sorry about that. I don't have the permissions set up, so I had the Discord minimized. What can you do?
Oh yeah, yeah. I had a feeling that was the case. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have much to say. You know, the game was kind of already decided after
Yep,
that
one
point.
more fight was all it took. Really
Yep.
was.
You need to like chain stun PA, but that's not gonna happen. So
Yeah, Toronto looked
They had
so
their-
good early on in that one, but just ran out of rope.
yep. They had like their attempts to like gank and try to maybe catch the PA, but I think at least 3 of them failed. So and
It's
then they
almost
took some
like-
weird fights. Yep.
Yeah, it's almost like UBC gets in their heads, Toronto, because it's like against every other team, especially a team that's as, I'm going to call it like stagnant on the map as this draft was for UBC. Toronto just wins games by rolling teams, by forcing you to over-rotate, over-TP, and commit your like stationary heroes to bad parts of the map. And in this game, they just saw their early lane advantage get squeezed away, and they weren't able to connect on rotations.
Yep.
And that's that. I mean, they're given their first series loss of the season, and it's a pretty commanding 2-0 for UBC, who are now 3-2 on the season. They've been, fighting for every inch here in the league.
Yeah, I was
They've got
looking
the
forward to
Toronto
game
number.
3. Yep.
I know. Yeah, it looked like we were headed that way as well, especially how, the early lanes shaped up. But it wasn't in the cards, wasn't meant to be. This is a matchup that I'll be, very excited to see if we get it in the postseason. It's one of those matchups that it feels like anything can happen. Because
Yeah.
even though Toronto have looked better on paper, UBC just have this, instinct in them to just squeeze games that might start to get out of control.
That's right. But at the same time, I also feel like UFD's draft, like their team members are a little different, right? They have like a few members that are, I think, the offlaner and their 4 are different from yesterday. I think they have like different set of players, right?
That sounds about right. I will admit I'm atrocious at like recognizing player names because I do all of the teams.
Yeah, I think it was, the 4 was light checking. That's might be still the same, but offlaner
Yeah, I
was,
believe he played yesterday.
Yeah, offlaner was like the Sasha guy, right? Yeah,
That's right.
other
Yep.
guy.
Yep,
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. Yeah, between some people having like pub names and not the pro name tag, and then
That's right. Yeah.
doing like 1 series a week and all the teams, and yeah, and then plus in Playfly, because we have 10-man rosters instead of 5, you do just get like anyone and everyone.
That is true.
Yeah, you can sub players in mid-series, and we've seen that actually a couple of times this season. Like UCSD's experimented with that, which is interesting. Like no other event has this feature.
Yeah, mid series. Yeah.
Yeah, whether it's good or not, TBD.
Yep.
But
If
it is
they
like an
win,
interesting
it's good.
dynamic. Yeah.
Yep.
So you could have a specialist, what we need to do is you need to introduce, like, you can swap out after the draft. So like, okay, we're gonna pick Brood, and we put our Brood guy. Only
Yeah.
plays Brood.
Then-
Put him in.
Yeah, that's something you can predict then, right? So when you see that guy, you just like ban his heroes, right?
Yeah, you put the Brood guy in for draft, and they just ban it.
Yeah.
Guys,
It's like the whole Amar situation, right? Like Amar.
Yeah.
I said Amar. I think that's how you say it, like authentic. But yeah, Amar, when he was playing for OG, a lot of the enemy teams he's like ban out, like Timbersaw, Mars, his heroes, right?
yeah,
Razor, shit like that. Yeah.
yeah. That was the main critique for him, right? When he was
Yep.
like first becoming a big name, is like, oh, he's got 3 heroes, and then all of a sudden he can
Totally.
play
Yep.
more than 3 heroes, and there you go.
And then they couldn't deal with it. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh crap, he's got 5 heroes, and they can always get one. How do we deal with this guy?
Yeah, he started playing a lot of interesting. He was like playing Pango. He was playing Underlord. It's interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm taking a look. It looks like tonight's other game, RIT was playing. RIT Orange took down White. That was the expected result. RIT Orange is their A squad. White is the B. I'm just taking a quick look at the matches coming up this week, because next time we're going to be live on stream, live on cast, is going to be for week 6. We've got 3 more matchups to go. UCSD versus Seneca, both of those teams right now just 1 loss under their belt, so that's really going to be the fight for second place here in the league. And maybe for first, actually, because with U of T now having 1 loss, the winner will be tied with them, 5-1.
Yep.
And then we also have Georgia Tech versus RIT White, the 2 winless teams going up against each other, and Orange versus University of Michigan, so the 2 middle teams going up against each other. It's actually a pretty big week, week 6, considering that kind of all these teams are fighting for position, where Georgia Tech, RIT are kind of fighting to not get eliminated, and then RIT Michigan fighting for position down in that bottom slot. Meanwhile, UCSD Seneca are fighting for the first round bye still. So lots of interesting stuff. Not sure what we're going to be covering, as reschedules are yet to come, but there will be someone here 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday, so make sure that everyone's tuning in for that. But that's all I've got for today, so thanks, Tool, once again for hopping on the cast. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, no
Too bad
problem,
it
no
wasn't
problem.
a 3-game series.
Yeah, no, I would have enjoyed that for sure.
But all right, glad to have you, and as always, you are welcome back anytime that you want to hop on. But
Yeah, sure. Right, have a good night.
thank you, you too.
It was fun.
For everybody tuning in here, same story. Come back Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m., and we'll have another game for you. Have to decide between what's going on, and I'll let you know, as usual, a couple of days in advance. But until then, stay happy, stay cool. I'm Cool Hands, signing off. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for watching.